Hi everyone, welcome to Community Game number 17. So, our players today, I'm playing as Russia, Neil is playing as Germany, we've got Tmoney playing as the UK, I'll call him Kristian because he's called Kristian in the Discord, so Kristian playing as Japan, and we've got ABLV playing as the US. So, I think I quite like playing as Russia purely for recording purposes because it makes it quite easy. Obviously, when I record, I can see the full previous round. So I don't have to, recording as the UK or Germany or Japan's a bit awkward because you obviously can't get the full picture of the board as it is, when you finish the round. Recording as the US and Russia is quite nice. But anyway, let's crack on. So, fairly normal start. 4 infantry, 2 tanks. Nothing too unusual. Let's go. Let's see how our luck is today. Cool. 12-9. And let's do it. Alright, come on. Fingers crossed. Okay, pretty shocking. Would have loved that on the first round, but it's fine. Okay, 6 is totally cool. I don't mind 6. This is good. I've got to try and remember not to press tab. I've got the continue key, a hotkey as tab, but I'm using a mechanical keyboard, so it's fucking noisy to press it. So I'll try and just use the mouse. I think. Good start there. That's good hits. Bomber dies first. Interesting. 1. Ooh, this could be really good. This could be really good. Now this is the kind of thing I'm tempted to pull out of. Because we're going to save a shit ton of troops. Hang on, let me calc this quickly. Sorry, I was expecting a bit of a. I was expecting to win that hard in Ukraine. Because yeah, that's tempting now. Although we do have to think about the odds on, which is why I'm going to calculate the odds on West Russia. Should I pull out here? Because I would like to, even though we are leaving a tank and plane. I think we're pulling out so much. Yeah, I'm just going to play it safe, I think, and just push on in Ukraine. I'd like to pull out, but if there was just a plane left, I probably would pull out, I think, but given the fact we've got a tank there as well, and West Russia didn't go amazingly well, we'll just push on. That's fine. Fingers crossed no hits back. Oh, shame. So actually not quite as dominant as I would have hoped. If we got some misses at the end, that would have been good, but still, that's actually, overall, that's really good. So, nice start for Russia. Which is what you like to see. So pretty normal moves. We're obviously going to put the anti-air gun into Ukraine because that's it's going to be a really annoying to capture for Germany. I think we look good. Pretty standard moves across the board. I'm going to try and take things a little bit slow because obviously I'm playing in a calm game. And I do tend to rush and I'm playing on my own. So try not to mess up for our team. Okay. That's good to me. So, round 2. I'm going to go for 4 infantry, 4 artillery. But before I confirm anything, I'll just quickly go through the round 1 move. So, this is Germany for Neil playing as Germany. 2 artilleries, 11 infantry, goodbye. Karelia, obviously. Ukraine. Took territory, lost 3 infantry for it though, which I guess is quite nice. Actually, what? Oof. Okay, he went with like a kind of a medium stack, which is kind of weird. Interesting. But my plan, basically, I've confirmed this with my teammates. I'm gonna try and take all 3. So it's going to be a bit of a costly round for Russia here. I have to just quickly. Ukraine's a little bit costly because I'm gonna have to send at least like 4. Probably actually, I have to send 5 guys to be fair. I think minimum. So it's going to be. I'm going to have very, very little left on the front lines, but still, it should be enough. Hopefully, I'm hoping it's going to be enough. I'm going to have to go light to certain areas. Yeah, I was thinking of maybe. I'll get to my round in a second. That's not happening yet. So, destroyed the destroyer around season 10, 7. What was odd here, actually, I got my sub left over, which you don't often see, but it's nice to have some kind of naval presence in this game, so obviously I'm sending that straight to the Pacific, which would be good. And even if I do die, which is there's a possibility. At least I can stay in the game with the subs. I've got something to do. As is the Russian High Command will be in that sub if I lose Moscow. UK round 1 for Tmoney. 1 infantry, 2 fighters. Interesting. Slight under purchase there. I think I would prefer 3 infantry because I'm not sure where he's deploying the. Oh, did he actually? Sorry, he's actually. Oh, he did everything to India. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's okay. I think I prefer having 3 infantry here though, because you don't really want to be deploying directly to India with the fighters, because obviously the main focus point for the UK fighters initially is going to be for West Russia, and you can still reach West Russia from the UK mainland. So I think it's probably better to do 3 infantry and 2 fighters, but that's fine. That's totally fine. Big fleet here though. This was nice. Obviously, the Germans hit Ukraine with their battleship and transport, so it's always nice when that happens in the UK because they've got an easy clear up. And in fact, actually didn't lose anything. He managed to kill the battleship with no losses, which is awesome. So he's got destroyer free there, and he's obviously got the bomber still in play, which is awesome. So yeah, that's always nice. So the transport, yeah, nothing much else happened. Blitzed Libya with a tank. Sounds good. So yeah, he's got a bit of a nuclear fleet. He didn't go for 61, which I think also I would have probably preferred. I think normally when you have the Suez open, you can do something like you can go for like a fighter cruiser attack maybe on 61 and bring the carrier through here. But it's totally fine. Totally fine. Yeah, I think India pressure I'm not too concerned about, frankly. Because the buy with, I think we'll get to that in a second, let's do that now. So the buy for Japan was the standard, I'm going to say the Quinton buy. I'm not sure he was the one who came up with it, but still, it's the one I know of. It's the one he's done a video on. Or he's recommended in the Discord, sorry. So it's the 2 infantry, 2 transport, 1 artillery, 1 tank buy, and then you mobilise in certain ways, and yeah, go for a J3 timing on India. However, this is Kristian. I'm going to call him Kristian because he's Kristian in the Discord. He didn't go for the typical J3 moves though, because obviously there's been landings in Buryatia. Normally it would be pretty much heavy pressure or heavy landings into Yunnan, with then a view to stacking Burma for round 2, Japan, and then attacking on round 3. So if there is going to be India pressure coming, it's not going to be as strong as it would have been had he made some different moves. So again, I'm not too concerned about India just yet, at least. I mean, he can still mount some decent pressure against India, but it just won't be as solid. Also, something as well, which I'll note here as well, 45 was left open for ABLV. Is there I guess we'll just call him ABLV. So he's left that open for 45. So now we've got 3 fighters that can range India, which is also another reason why India is going to be stronger than it, normally would be. So if there is India pressure, we're going to have decent reinforcements already there. And I'm going to aim to have my 3 tanks in the Caucasus as well by the end of this round, should my trades go well, so we shall see. And round 1 for ABLV purchase, pretty normal purchase there. Actually heavier on no destroyer, so he opted for more ground instead of that destroyer, but that's totally fine. He's got enough nearby, I suppose. There's only 5 planes for Germany, so yeah, it's cool. Combat took out the oh, okay, fair enough. That's kind of harsh. They killed the sub but lost the destroyer for it, so that's kind of annoying. So we are down the destroyer in the Atlantic, but I guess you can't really predict that. I would just agree with what happened there. He went for a cheaper purchase to avoid getting another destroyer, but yeah, counting on keeping the destroyer alive, which is just unfortunate there. That's a shame. Anyway, on to me. Obviously, we're going for KGF, and it's my job now to try and trade everything I can. So I'm going to go for the 4-4 buy, because it's nice when you've got 28 IPC. The question remains here: if I go light to Karelia with 1 and a plane, or I go heavier with 2. It's a bit. I want to go with 2, frankly, but this is what I was thinking. That was what I wanted to do. But obviously it leaves me pretty light, I suppose, on the front line. I've probably got to calc it as well, I think, just to make sure we can hold the following round. which is also a reason probably why you want, actually I think you probably should have 3 infantry in India, because if planes have to come to reinforce West Russia here, we're going to be leaving India. It's already 2 infantry lighter than it should be. So yeah, I think the 3 infantry buys, I think, yeah, I much prefer that, but it's okay. If we get the good trades in on the front line here, we should be fine. I'm going to trust the 85%. I don't want to commit more than I have to, because going 6 ground into Ukraine seems super heavy for Russia. They can't really afford to do that, so I'll trust the 85% and go for it like that. This should be fine. Again, a bit risky, but I'm not going to commit 3 for the same reason. It's too excessive. This also could be dropped, but yeah, we're just making sure. Just making sure, I guess. Let's try it. So I guess is there a particular order we want to do this in? I think. I think these 2, because it might determine what actually happens in Ukraine, if I want to be aggressive or not. Let's do Karelia first. Sorry, no keyboard. Bad start, very bad start. Come on. Oh, fuck you. Not Neil, the dice. If I ever insult or say any... I'm swearing during the combat phase, it's not at the person who's defending, it's at the dice. It's always at the dice. Okay, Belarus, be nice to me. Karelia sucks. That really sucks. Wow, they've had 100% hit back rate so far, which hoping is going to even out in Ukraine now, which means we should take it without any heavy losses. Fingers crossed. Good rolls. That's really good rolls actually from us there. Oof, there you go. Evened out. God damn. I have to pull out, don't I think? Pretty sure I have to pull out. Screw it, I'm pulling out. I'm pulling out. Maybe a mistake, but I'm pulling out. Put everything back with you here. So we've got 10 infantry, 4 planes, 1 anti-air gun. We've got, yeah, roughly, we've given Germany about a 50% chance of that. But again, the profit is huge if he goes for it. He's going to lose a lot of tanks going in for that, and maybe even fires too. West Russia, sorry, Caucasus, 6 infantry, which is correct. There will be 3 tanks. Same deal. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, bit of post commentary for just a very brief look at round 3, because I didn't record any voice for this particular round for some reason. But yeah, nothing much to say, nothing major happened I don't think this round. Just a few land trades here and there from the Allies. Ukraine, France and Northwestern. Still obviously trying to deal with the situation in Africa. So the buy for round 3 Russia, 5 infantry, 3 artillery. 1 combat, just Belarus, which I know how this goes, but watch anyway. Not Snake Eyes, but just as bad. So very unfortunate they're not okay to at least kill both units in Belarus, so not a good round for the Russians this one, round 3. Moving the sub down to 24. Reinforcing. Obviously we're trying to keep the tanks available in the Caucasus, so they're always better, a bit more flexible when they're there, instead of West Russia that locks them in and can make India a bit vulnerable. But there we go, round 3, and has the attack power 193 versus 187, so pretty average. Okay, welcome to round 4, QT number 17. So before I forget this time, I'm going to go back at the war report and have a look before I affect the board in any way. So currently, at the end of round 3, Allies are 217 attack power, Axis are 203. Axis have got 79 national production. We're sorry, 79, 89. We're slightly ahead, but yeah, looking fairly even so far, which is good. If we jump back to round 3 for this is Neil, Germany, some complex repair for him, 12 infantry. Combat, Egypt, just... Was that a tank blitz? No, infantry moved, okay. Egypt, France, just recaptured, Ukraine, lost 1, Northwestern, Archangel, okay, fair enough. Decent trades for Germany there, not too bad. On to round 3 for Tmoney, UK. 5 infantry, 1 fighter, 1 tank, 2 artilleries. He's up to, oh, he's gone for the maximum 4 transports, okay, fair enough. Combat at Northwestern and tried to take Egypt but failed, unfortunately. So, kind of be annoying if this tank gets to blitz through, which it looks like it will be able to. We can kind of stop it, I suppose, with aircraft. Maybe the bomber could do some damage, but it's going to be a bit annoying to catch that thing and to finish it off, but we'll see what it does first. On to Japan, Kristian. 1 complex for Kwantung first, not Manchuria, which this is really heavily indicating India play, because I believe a lot of this should have been moving up here somewhere, shouldn't it? Where was it before? Non-com. Burma. So he moved 4 guys from. Oh no, he moved them to. Okay, fair enough. So it's just a drop off. Seems to be a lot of stuff here. Interesting. I'm curious to see, because it looked like different rounds it could have been. It never heavily indicated India play, but it could always be turned into India play from Japan. So I'm curious to see where he goes with this. What is nice though, he's not bought any more transports or anything, so the expansion into the Pacific is not happening, which again for us is good. I mean, we've got. I will say to my teammates, I do love the support I'm getting in West Russia. I appreciate the love. It's looking pretty tight right now, which is good. So, and obviously from here on out as well, we've done, I think, the hard job. The hard job for the Allies, I think, initially is when Germany's getting all its, big groups of infantry moving forward at the moment, because he stacked France as well. There's nothing really moving forward. So if we can hold this round, which we can comfortably, there's going to be, nothing really happening after that, because all he can really improve his odds with is 3 ground, which is going to be the artillery and obviously whatever he deploys to Karelia. So his odds aren't going to get any better, because I'll be adding more than 3 units to West Russia. So it's looking actually pretty good on the German front for me, which is nice. So I can afford to trade here. I've got a bit of leeway with troops. I've got to hold comfortably. Obviously, we've got 11 fighters, which is crushing to anything that comes in here. So if I can get 21 infantry into West Russia, that's more than fine. We don't necessarily need that either. We can drop that down by a couple. So I've got flexibility to trade. So I need to take Novo because there is a tank here, and yeah, I'll try and grab these because we've failed a few attacks on Belarus and Ukraine. So I would like to get these both if I can, but we'll see. So yeah, sorry, Kristian's move. So yeah. Still not entirely sure if he's going to go for India, but I'd like to see. If he does go for India, I mean, we are short some ground, so it might make sense to go for India. What was the deployment here again? Okay, we're moving in the right direction. I would still like to see 3 land in India, but I mean, it's 2 land, so it's not too bad. We're almost there. There's plenty of fighters on the board, though, I will say. Again, I would prefer land, but it's nice to see a lot of UK fighters around here. It does make the life of the Axis players a lot harder, having to break through that pretty stubborn defence. But anyway, and finally, the US turn for round 3. This is ABLV. 10 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 transport. He's currently up to 8 transports, okay. Combat, Algeria. Just moving forward. Kazakh. That's good for me. Appreciate the trading also as well. Actually, I appreciate both of this. This is a big favour from ABLV. I appreciate the... it saves me a job, because obviously he's going to have the Air Force nearby, so he's making use of this infantry, which is good, so appreciate that. And just getting into a position, so I think he is going for a med truck, I believe. Although I'm just questioning the support he's got here. Yeah, we're lacking... What is it? Is there a reason why we've got such little fleet? What's this move? 22. 22. I'm not going to bother going through it in depth, but round 1, round 2. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. Might actually be missing something, but it feels like we're light, like very light on med ships. I don't think we can realistically take that. He's going to have 5 units trained down on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe, yeah. It could work. That's fine. And we've got 3 at least coming into Morocco as well, with more that can go up north as well. So, no, it looks good to be fair. That's pretty sweet. Awesome. So, on to me then. I'm going to go for a pure infantry by this round, because I do have actually 8 artillery. So, we've actually got a fair amount of artillery already on the board. So, I'm going to go for just a max out on income and just get 7 infantry this round. Trades, I'm going to go, because I need to, I can't actually have to block this as well, don't I? Do this, and I don't like using artillery for that though, but I kind of have to. What am I deploying? He's got, at worst, he's going to have 7 planes. I kind of have to take it. Yeah, it's not comfortable, but I'm going for it. Should maybe just cancel that then. Let's do this then. Don't really want to throw away all my artillery, so we'll do the infantry artillery go for Belarus. Ukraine, we'll use 2 infantry and a plane in here, just because we kind of have to make sure we take it. We'll do infantry art plane, and yeah, fingers crossed we don't get screwed over on the rolls on that one, because that's a lot of firepower. It's gonna be a pretty rough fight for the Japanese to take. I don't think they would take that fight, because they're going to have to kill a shit ton of infantry to get actually control of Moscow. But yeah, it still wouldn't be fun for us to deal with. So hang on, we've got 16, 18, 21, perfect. I'm maintaining these are a backup. I don't necessarily need them in West Russia, and I'd like to keep them out of West Russia if I can, because they still give us some flexibility with defending India. So if they can remain in the Caucasus, it's going to be good for us. Anyway, let's roll. How are we looking? Strong, favourable. Let's take the key fight first. The rest is kind of really not necessary. Bad start, but we're okay for now. Really bad start, but we're still okay. Thank you, plane. Okay. A little bit scary there for a second. Good hit from the plane. That's nice. Can we get all 3 for a change? Ideally. Nice. Good. And no hitbacks at all, which is pretty cool. So, good round for us there. 9 APC worth for free. Good. We've obviously got to leave the blocker there to prevent the Japanese tank going through there, so everything else just goes back to West Russia. Cool. Good round. Let's move to 28. Again, I'm not sure exactly how much value we're going to get from the Russian sub, but I've got to try and at least put some pressure on Japan slightly. We're going to have... I do love it when you get the 3 allied subs in the Pacific. You get all 3 converging together to try and make something happen. Because you do get sometimes the potential to do like a 3-way hit on the Navy, which is quite cool. So we'll see if we can make that work somehow. Anyway, we're looking good here. I think so. Yeah, it's all good. All right. Any particular preference for deploying here? I think Moscow makes the most sense, frankly. Given the Russians are nearby, let's do Moscow. Okay. May have just made a mistake. Actually, I probably should have put something here. Don't actually like what I just did then. Yeah, I should have put 2 infantry here or something. Or something. Yeah, I should have put 2 here at least. That's my bad. Oh well. Okay, anyway, I'll leave it there. So 224 after my go, and Axis on a clean 200 attack power. I'll see you back for round 5. Okay, welcome to round 5. So, attack power at the end of round 4. Allies 215, Axis 221, so still maintaining a slight lead, which is to be expected. Okay, so round 4. Germany. This is Neil. Ooh, big artillery buy. 6, 6, and 6. Wow. Okay, fair enough. Oh, the northwestern stack is interesting as well. Wow. Huh. Yeah, ABLV mentioned this in the Discord, and yeah. He mentioned it's likely because they want to stack planes there, which it does make sense to disrupt the logistics, but if it gives us France, then yeah, strange. Okay, fair enough. Combat, so Northwestern, Mr. went in heavy. Belarus, destroyed 2, lost 2, which is great, so that's good for me. Ukraine, not quite as good, so that needs to be traded this round. Yeah. Various non-coms. I've still got Egypt though, which is a bit annoying, so hopefully we can grab this quickly. We're obviously in the med now, but yeah, if we can grab or kill the last remnants of this German force down here, that'd be good. We can just clear Africa completely and get some income for the UK, which would be good. Yeah, interesting stat there. So yeah, it's likely there were 2 planes flown over as well from Japan here, so it would seem to make sense that they're going to be yeah, dropping some planes there. Maybe we'll see what he does, but. Yeah, interesting move. UK, this is Tmoney, so 2 fighters, 3 infantry, deployed. Still maintaining the hybrid kind of deployment with infantry and fighters into India, which is interesting. I think it's going to be the case soon. I think because Japan now, I'm kind of jumping ahead, but Japan seems to have committed to going forward here towards Moscow. So I think I would like maybe an infantry or 2 or anything you can spare. India is tight, but if you can spare any infantry moving forward, it'd be nice just to trade Kazakh, because I can't really do these 5, maybe even 6 per round. That's going to kill me off so quick. I've got to have some help. So yeah, hopefully we can hopefully get some assistance from the UK there. And I might have the turtle slightly more than I would like to. Obviously, maintaining our stack in West Russia for now, we may have to give that up if we need to. I don't want to, because that's such a big plus for the German troops. They want to be in. Ideally, the Germans get into Caucasus. That's the best they can achieve in a KGF, really. So I don't really want to let them get any further than Karelia, but we'll see. So yeah, combat for Tmoney, took France, took Burma, that's not bad, and just, yeah, it's up to 4 transports now, which is good, so plenty of guys being dropped off around the place. The fighting purchases might be a bit excessive now. How much is he making? He's only making 34, so 8, 24, yeah, 33 is what it costs to pump out infantry from both of these, so he's pushing the limit there. Yeah, so I don't think planes are going to be viable for the long term. It's nice to have a lot of fighters, but I think at the end of the day, infantry wins games. I think the numbers, it's all about numbers really. It's out producing your enemy, so I think infantry would be the wiser choice. But we shall see. We shall see. It is reassuring having a crap ton of fighters around the place, though, I will admit, but I think at the moment I'd like some more land. I'm feeling slightly, the planes are great, but I'm feeling slightly alone on this front at the moment, with the land side anyway, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, on to Japan for round 4. This is Kristian, 2 transports, what's he got now, 6, okay, up to 6, he wasn't 4 for a while, so yeah, he's thinking about the expansion now. I would have probably advised him to do this a bit earlier, because there's no reason. Japan can, you know, if you get them out early, the sooner you can take out these territories, the better, because you're going to be benefiting from the income for longer than you would be if you go later. So, yeah, I'd recommend that earlier. But so actually, for Russia, it's not a good sign. I would have liked to have kept these all these territories to us, but yeah, looks like he's expanding now. So fair play. A few tanks as well. Combat, Burma, recaptured, Kazakh, Lord Novo, Archangel. Yeah, so big trades across the board. No Novo stack as we thought, because I had odds to. Did I mention that in the video last time? Not sure. I probably didn't actually. But the one option he had was either, well, the few options, he was either going to trade with me, which is what he's done, which I thought he would do, or stack Novo, because he had a number of troops nearby, but we had just about odds to clear the stack of Nairo, which was good, so I could avoid that. So I did build more artillery. I'm going to build more artillery this round, purely for the same reason, to try and dead zone this if I can. I've not calculated what I need to hold this. However, it should be fine because the UK has tanks trained on Kazakh. He's got 3 tanks and then a crap ton of planes. He's got 10 planes trained on Kazakh, so I think at a push we could probably do that, although that's... Ooh, actually, yeah. I may need to make a note here. We're actually probably... I might have to count this for a second, because we are maybe actually looking at a Kazakh stack here. Potentially. I'm going to have 7, 9, 12 to dead zone against 5, 6, 11. It's close. It's close. I would rather have some infantry here. I mean, Moscow's the priority. If India needs to be abandoned to save or to protect it, then it needs to happen. And it needs to happen before the Kazakh stack. You can't have a Kazakh stack and then have India abandoned, because they'll just dead. They'll just strafe you or just wipe you out and go down that way. So they need to get out with enough time to get out. If they go too late, they're going to be screwed, so they'll get trapped down here. So we'll see how that plays out. But I might have to calculate that and pause for a second, but we'll see. Yeah, on to final round for round 4. Final go, ABLV. 3 transports, 5 infantry, 1 artillery. So he's currently up to 2, 4, 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Reinforce here, which makes sense. To try and just catch these German troops, which I think are probably going to try and move south, maybe. Who knows? Combat Libya, Southern Europe, so starting the Medstruck now. Italy, Norway, and for Logda. Glad he's got Norway. He may get blitzed, possibly. I don't think that will happen, though. I don't think the Germans are going to risk a tank just to take Norway back, but that may happen. Oh, interesting. Vologda destroyed 2 infantry, lost 1 bomber. What did he move with? Okay, fair enough, fair enough. That's actually really... I appreciate that, actually. It really helps me clear this stuff out. That's really good. Because I would have had too much, I think, to clear. It would have been these 3 with 5 units plus this, so I would have had to have sent at least 7 units. That's all the ones I've built. Plus I had to block this and this, so... Yeah, I appreciate the clearance there from the American Air Force. That's very, very useful. Losing a bomber here is fine. In this situation, I think fighters are more valuable because they can obviously they defend so well and they can still attack nicely. So very much appreciated. So 4 and 3. Let's do it. So let's commit. I'm just going to plan this out slightly. Kazakh kind of has to fall. We'll block 1 here. We're going to take this, obviously. We'll block 1 here. I really don't want to go... I don't want to go 3 to Novo. If I could avoid it. It's a little bit uncomfortable. I would have liked... We've not discussed Kazakh. I would like the UK to trade this, but I think for the time being I may have to myself. Going 3 here seems really risky. Maybe do this. Might be better. I've calculated that I can hold 18 infantry. I'm going to move the tanks back because India here is not really. I've got to move the tanks into West Russia. I can't. I need the flexibility of moving units out. So let's do this. That, I guess. It's not comfortable. Yeah. I guess if we just clear Novosibirsk, I can't even say that. Novosibirsk? Who knows? Yeah, if we just even clear the territory, that's fine. I don't necessarily need to capture that. I just want to clear the 2 infantry off, the 2 land off. Because they've got no tanks in range of Moscow through this territory, so Kazakh's slightly more of a priority. We'll go, we'll go 2 there. 2 and 1, that's fine. Here's fine. saving one for this, obviously. We can move the other one into West Russia and then have the other one moved to Belo, I guess. So fingers crossed that's okay. It's an 81% chance to win the fight in Novo. Conquering's just above 50%, so hopefully we can just take out. If we don't, I don't think it matters too much. They're going to have what? Potentially maybe just one infantry with 4 or 5 planes. So I'm sure we can cover that with my... I'm going to deploy here. And then there may be like an extra plane defense. It should be fine. So if worst comes to worst, we can just defend Moscow while still holding West Russia. So let's commit to that. That seems fine. Going slightly heavier into Ukraine again is not actually... It's not really a problem because there's no tanks in range. Once we block Belo, there's no real follow-up apart from this one infantry, so actually going heavier here with infantry makes sense because we can't really be hit back too hard. They may just choose to ignore it, possibly. I kind of actually want to go heavier here, if I can. Can I afford 17 infantry in West Russia? Yeah, I can. I actually afford quite a lot. We can go actually pretty low, to be fair. Actually, I've got some spare. I think I might go 4 here, actually, you know. I might go 4. With the hope that I can... Let's go with that at least, just to see what we can clear out, how well it goes. And then if we want to add more, we can add more. But I've got 17. I'll have 16, so actually, yeah. Okay. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Let's try it. Favourable versus strong. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do Kazakh first. Oh, I've got a coffee that I forgot to drink. Get lost. That sucks. Come on. Okay, good. Had me worried for a second. Right, Novo, just clear the territory. That's what I want to do. Planes when they're so unreliable. Come on. I shouldn't have pushed forward there, but I did. That's totally fine. That last round of combat was dangerous. That was seriously dangerous. Because losing a Russian fighter would be very costly for me, but still, it worked out. That's fine. That's what we expected. Alright, so the more chilled fight, hopefully, to finish. Wow, we're not getting any rolls. Okay, should be dead. No, maybe not. Okay, thank you. Okay. Let's do what we need to first, though. Let's block Belo. Let's block Archangel. Let's fly you guys back in. 3 tanks here. So, we are currently sitting on 16 infantry in West Russia, which is more than fine. It's almost 80% to hold, so that's a guarantee. So how aggressive can we be with the rest of the things? Can we go, like... Can we even take out an anti-air gun? That's risky. I don't like that. No, let's leave it in there. This is the priority. We can't risk this too much. I think going 4... I like going 4 here. Can we afford 4? It might not be the time to go too aggressive there because we are looking at a potential stack. I want to keep as many nearby as I can. I'm also going to swap out this. If we go to say 15 is comfortable, so let's just leave it at that. So let's pull you guys out, put here, and then just drop you guys. So we're going to have actually going to have more artillery than infantry in Russia, which is totally fine, to be fair. I don't mind that. So we'll have 12 ground, including the tanks, and then 2 fighter support, so 14 units total. trained on Kazakh. So with a 1-2 from the UK, it should be possible to clear it. 15's a little bit close, but not really. We gain a profit if he goes for the attack in West Russia, so I'm not too concerned about that. So yeah, I think that looks quite good. Happy with that. Let's send it. Let's send it. All to Moscow. Cool. Okay, so after my go, it's 220 for the Allies, 213 for the Axis. Nice forward position here. I mean, to take Bello, he's going to have to burn some of his units in Karelia, so we're already, you know, it's probably his 2 that he's going to build this round in Karelia. Yeah, I assume he deployed into Karelia last round. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so he'll have to burn the 2 he earns this round, so that stack's not getting any bigger for a round, which is good. And to take this is risky as well with the Poland infantry, so he might choose to skip Ukraine possibly, or if he does skip it, if he doesn't skip it, he'll have to use a lot of planes. So, and to be fair, the German Air Force is already stretched because they've lost France, Italy, and the southern. So these are, I think, bigger priorities, particularly France. So I think we might actually get away with the Ukraine here. I could even put one more here, but I'm just thinking about the Japan side of things. I want to make sure we're maintaining a decent force on this side. So yeah, but anyway, looking okay so far. Also, we're starting to do some big damage to Germany. I like the fact we're holding them this side, so yeah, it's just a case of hopefully getting some numbers up somewhere. Okay, here for round 6. I've just noticed actually, I've jumped on when Neil and Kristian are probably discussing the board. They're both there spectating, so I think I've interrupted a team meeting here, but we'll crack on, and Neil will probably go straight after. But anyway, so the summary for round 5, 12 infantry for Neil. Combat, a bit of Sudanese blitzing. Rhodesia, season 3, what was that? Oh, okay, we gave them the transport, fair enough. France, heavy, so major stacking of France. Southern Europe, which is nice, so we actually kept Southern Europe, which is, any kind of thing like that is really good for us, because they're actually, what's their income like right now? 25 national productions. They've got a shit ton of training to do. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4 trades. That's just a capture. I'd like to make them trade 6 if possible, if we can get Belarus off them as well, because this is the plan. We're going to try and wear Germany out, obviously, so if I can get Belarus, that'd be nice, obviously, without compromising my defence at West Russia. But I don't think I have to. I think because the Japanese have not yet decided to stack anything forward, so yeah, I think we should be able to get okay to take Bello, so that's good. But he's pushed down into Africa as well, which we thought he probably would do because he had the tank, so why not blitz through and grab some income for yourself? Makes sense. They couldn't obviously hold Egypt, so makes sense. Took Italy, but we obviously recaptured. Belarus, yeah, fair enough, okay. So a bit unfortunate for Southern, but generally speaking, not bad for Neil. So on to the UK. This is Tmoney. Purchased 7 infantry, 1 destroyer. Ooh, where's the destroyer go? Okay, just more fleet to defend himself. That makes sense. And 2 artilleries. Combats, northwestern Burma. Ooh, nice take of Burma. Nice and clean. That's good. And just general trading, and obviously the beginnings of the stack in Norway here. So obviously this will continue to grow and grow. I'm not sure, can they get into the Baltic Sea? Possibly now. They've got 8 defenders for the Baltic Sea, and there's only, I would say that's probably safe. They've got, Germany's not going to take that. Yeah, so the Baltic Sea is now open for them, so the UK can move freely. They can get into season 5 and trade all these 4 if needed, which is great. France is not going to be obviously excuse me. Oh, I've got hiccups. France is not going to be asked for a while now. Germany are dead set on defending it, so that's fine. The UK can just knock off whatever territories they can find around here. So looking good on that side of things. Japan round 5. This is Kristian. 6 infantry, 3 artilleries, 1 fighter. Ooh, bit of an Alaskan excursion here for Kristian. Fair enough. Western Australia. Oh, shame. Destroyed 3 infantry, but he went with quite a lot there, so yeah, it's understandable. He took it. So obviously we knew Kristian was not initially pushing for the islands around the Pacific, but now obviously he is going to. So yeah, we're going to lose a bit of income here, unfortunately, but it's fine. We've held it on for quite a while, which is good. So destroyed 2 infantry in Burma, Kazakh captured, Archangel captured, and Vologda. So big trades. So Japan are currently on 48. They've got 50 to spend next round as well. So pretty big economy for the Axis right now, or at least the Japanese anyway. So yeah, we have to try and chip away at this and see what we can do. This will be dealt with probably next round. The move here should be enough. I think he's going to go for Hawaii, obviously. This is the end game. This is what I did, similar to what I did in the Com Game 14 rematch. Yeah, it makes sense because it annoys the US. You grab 2 IPC territory and it just speeds up the way. If you've got 2 sets of transports, you know, coming at the Pacific Islands, it's just a quicker way to conquer. So yeah, nice move from Kristian. So this is ABLV, USA round 5, 8 infantry, 3 artillery, 2 tanks. So big land buy. See the med shock is set up. Combat. Finland, Egypt, Italy captured. Bulgaria and Romania push forward. Actually, I know he landed there. Fair enough. Yeah, Vologda. This is something I've never really done myself, but it makes total sense. I know Jan does this, and I'm assuming a lot of higher level players, do this as well. It's just a direct shock into the Caucasus, because the biggest point of contention is all the. I think I was watching what's the channel name? It's like Axis and Allies Platinum Play, something like that. The player name is Selden, I think. But yeah, I've been watching some of his videos recently. It's really interesting the way he looks at the game. But yeah, he made the good point that this game is a lot like chess in the fact that you try and control the center of the board, which is very true. Because this kind of area here is critical. They're both sides are coming for the same thing. Obviously, the Allies are trying to defend this area, as in Moscow, and the Axis are trying to take it out. So it's all about who controls the center, which makes a lot of sense. But yeah, by shipping directly into the Caucasus is great. You get very quick reinforcements, as opposed to having to. There's going to be a deadlock here for a while. In fact, I see with the US going through the Med, stacking troops here might not be ideal, because we're not going to be able to probably break through this German stack in Karelia for quite a while. So it might be better just to trade slightly heavier on the coastal territories for the UK. But who knows? Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. But I think I do like our position right now. Obviously some trades are going our way as well, which is good. So Germany's going to have a lot to do with only 5 planes. So they're going to have to be spending a fair amount of ground to clear that stuff up. Anyway, on to me, round 6. So I've done my buy. It's 5 and 2. I think I want to maintain, if I can, some artillery buys, because obviously we're trading with the Japanese on this side as well. So we can't rely on just 2 planes. We need some artillery mixed in as well. So let's try and stick with that. So let's grab Vologda. I have to capture Archangel, otherwise I'm going to lose Russia to tanks. Let's do this. I'm leaving Kazakh for the UK because they have got an infantry here now, which is great. So they've got obviously a lot of trading power. So I'll leave that for them, which is obviously great for me. Let's do this. I have to trade this. So again, I'm going to do this. Taking how heavy I go here. I think what I'm going to probably do. There's 2 infantry there. Okay, I'm going to do the plane to Novo, because if we don't take this, then there's 6 Japanese tanks trained on Moscow, as well as fighter support. Quite a lot of plane support in general. There's quite a lot nearby. So I would like to take this if possible, and this. That's what the artillery's for anyway, so I might as well make use of it. Here is a bit more risky. I've got to probably calc what I'm using. I think I would like to do this. I can't obviously use planes. We've got to prioritise what we go for. And then there's going to be one more moving out here to obviously block that off as well. So I think Belarus is a little bit risky, but I'm up for taking the risk, I think. I'm just going to calculate Germany, assuming, or the German attack on West Russia, assuming that we take out the Belarusian troops. Which if we do, we also block that tank from entering the fight, which is good. So fingers crossed. So 3 tanks. 9 planes. It is 9 planes, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, so say 14 and about 18. That's very comfortable. We could even go an extra infantry into Bello there. Actually, it's going to be 17, isn't it? Okay, whatever. We've got some infantry to play with. I don't want to go 4 into Bello. That's excessive. I think we should just trust the dice and assume we're going to take that. I would hope, anyway. So let's just risk it, and we'll leave Kazakh. I'm going to do the dodgy fights first. So Archangel is definitely one of them. Good. That's reassuring. Clean as well. Let's do Novo next. Same problem. It's got to be cleared out. Good. And clean as well. That's what we like. So Belarusia. I would like to capture this, obviously, just to give Germany more things to trade. So if we can get it, it'd be great. Not good. Not good from them either. That's good. Oh my god. Wow. Everyone's missing. Except, oh my god, seriously? Come on, be nice to me. Oh, get lost. As I said, my ground trades have not been great this game. We've had some bad luck. That's not particularly healthy trading there for us, but whatever, we'll make it work. So, actually, I've got to recalculate the odds now, because he's got now 17 infantry and 8 tanks. We're still fine. If I leave 17 in there, so if I put all these guys here, it's still fine. But I would have liked something else here. If they stack this with potentially, what have they got? They've got 5, 6, 8, 14 ground potentially going into Kazakh. We're deploying only 7. Oof, gets a little bit risky. I would like maybe an extra artillery somewhere here. I'm going to start pushing the percentages, I think, slightly back. I just don't want to give them the one last thing I suppose is there is going to be a 3-way punch, so it's not just me hitting Kazakh. It's going to be 4 ground from the UK, probably some, yeah, maybe 3 ground from the USA, and then me in the middle, then the UK finishing up. Still, I'd like to just have as much bordering that as possible. Shame about Bello. That's a shame. Okay, so if I go for 16 infantry in West Russia, that's about 74% to hold. So I'm comfortable with those odds, I think. It's just a bad fight for the Germans, though, and we gain a profit even if they win. Well, on average we gain profit, so I think I'm okay with those odds. So we're going to leave 8 ground plus the 3 tanks. Yeah, about 13 versus 14. Screw it. I'll take those odds. I will take those odds. All in there. How are we looking? 243. Sorry, again, I forgot to do the attack power before my go, but still, it's fine. So 243 versus 230, but obviously the Germans have still got to go. So we'll probably see Neil move in a second, but yeah, I'm comfortable with that. That's totally fine. I don't mind those odds. Because the thing is as well, we're obviously calculating that with all the available firepower that Germany's got, like Air Force wise. So if they take the fight in West Russia, which is a terrible odds anyway, they're neglecting all the trades they've got to do across the board. So I just don't see that happening. So we could even give them like 50% there, actually, to be fair. If needs to be, we could give them 50%. And I still don't think they're going to be anywhere close to taking that fight. It's just too risky, way too risky. So I think we were probably actually over defensive there, but it's fine. I don't mind. I think we've got a good defence here against the stack. And that's also, actually saying that as well, we were calculating what they could bring to Kazakh, and that's without them trading any of these as well. So, yeah, we're more than fine for now. Anyway, yeah, looking decent so far. I like the look of Europe right now. There's so many pockets of colour. It's always nice to see the allies, so that's good. And the US is currently on 49 IPC production. That's pretty sweet because they've got Norway and Finland as well as the South, so not bad. I think probably the UK is going to suffer slightly for that, obviously, and the Germans taking some territory in Africa, but we'll get that back quickly, so it's not too much of a problem. Anyway, that's my round 6. I'll pass it over to Neil now, let him do his move, and we'll see you for round 7. Okay, back for round 7, community number 17. So, recording in the morning here, got a nice coffee, so I'm ready to make my moves this morning. How are we looking? So 2-2-2 for the Allies and 2-4-4 for the Axis. Not looking healthy attack power wise, it's a little bit scary. The Japanese just had a bit of a victory in the Med, so we'll cover that in a second, but yeah, this game might be slipping slightly, but we shall see. Anyway, let's go back to the summary for round 6. So, this is Neil. Purchased 10 infantry, 2 artilleries. Combats, actually, he's doing a nice job down in Africa, two-face. Blitz through, causing us some disruptions down there. So, grabbing the income while he can, which makes total sense. So, Germany's economy actually is, well, not now, but we'll just trade as they're about to get some stuff back. But, yeah, 41 to spend, it's not bad. There you go. So South Africa, yep. Stacked Northwestern heavy. He also, which was a key move here, he moved a lot of stuff to Bulgaria. And the idea was to give the Japanese a safe landing spot for after they attacked Season 16, because we had a minor US fleet here. And yeah, we'll get to the fight in a second. But yeah, nice coordination. They're clearly coordinating, obviously. So that's good to see. It's always the best way in these com games, just to get down to the strategy talk. It's the most fun. Italy, we captured Ukraine, Archangel. Okay, fair enough. And yeah, still maintaining a stack in Credit, which I don't think will be dislodged anytime soon. So I've certainly not got the power to do it. The Allies are still trading, obviously, in the Med and stuff. So yeah, I think Germany should be fine for the foreseeable future, I think. So my big concern is Japan, really, because they're mounting, they're getting there. Numbers are increasing. This is Tmoney, UK, around 6, 5 infantry, 1 fighter, 1 artillery. Okay, good. That's what I'd say. Nice. So 3 infantry India, which is good. I think from the start that would have been, personally, I think that would have been the better choice. But it's nice to see it's happening now. It's good. Combat France, good. Kazakh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, he did liberate that. It's been switched a few times, but yeah, it's fine. Okay, cool. So yeah, saved my ass there. And Burma. Cool, good, very nice. Nice clean round for the UK there. This is Kristian. 5 infantry, 1 fighter, 3 artillery, 1 complex. So he's up to maximum output now, pretty much. Although he has moved okay, he's grabbing some infantry from the side islands. So he's expanding across the Pacific. He's got pretty much everything now. He needs Madagascar, I guess, to make it a complete set. I always count that in the the island grabbing section of Japan's game. It's always that, and then anything beyond that is a bonus. It's just a case of pushing towards Moscow. But yeah, some nice land grabbing from Japan. Probably need to be careful with the transport. I want to keep 4 maximum output here. He's not going to have enough to. He can't ship off all these guys from Japan this round, but I'm sure that's fine. So yeah, just a bit of land grabbing. Nothing too crazy. But the biggest thing for them on this round was Season 16. He killed 1 carrier, 1 cruiser, 1 battleship, 2 transports with nothing lost. So I'm actually going to work out the odds on that. Not the odds, but I could do the odds as well. I was going to work out the value of what actually he destroyed there, because it's pretty significant. That's no joke. So he landed, I believe, what did he go with? It was 4 and 1. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. 4 and 1. And we had, what do we have? Yeah, we did under protect that though. To be fair, it wasn't particularly safe. There's only 3 defenders. I'll put the 2. I love this new calculator. Is so good. The AA1942count.com, the one that's come out recently. It's just perfect. Like, it's got everything you could possibly want in a calculator. At least I've not seen anything I'm missing out on. and you can add transports in as well to get the value. So yeah, he killed, oh god, he killed 60 IPC worth of troops, of units in that fight alone for nothing. That was 60 for free, which is huge. Obviously that has some impacts long term on the logistics as well, because we've not only lost 2 transports, but defending sea zones is going to be that much harder now. I'm surprised we're still here, although I guess Germany attacking this is no go. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. The 1-2 punches the Axis is always scary, because Germany has to go first, and the last thing they want to be doing is trading planes for naval units, like ships and things like that. It doesn't favour them at all, particularly when they've got land trades to do. So that is good, but yeah, we're still in the med, but that was a big loss. So very unfortunate for us there. But anyway, we move on. So round 7 for me. Let's get a buy-in. Starting to see my income struggle a little bit. We're down to 4 and 2 now, but that's fine. It's to be expected. We'll do what we can to trade. So I will grab Ukraine with an infantry. I could blitz that, but I don't want these 2 tanks to be added into the calculations for West Russia. So we'll just take it like that. Let's do this. Gonna have to take this. I'm actually gonna have to do this, I think, just to make sure we grab both of these. In which case we might just do this instead. Then let's do this. This is the less important one, so let's do this and this. Artillery there to be used. So hopefully it should guarantee us takes all of those, and we don't have to be particularly careful with West Russia because we have got a bit of flexibility. Those 2 tanks being out of position, well, they're not out of position for what they were trying to achieve, but excuse me, in terms of hitting West Russia, they were, so we can be a bit more flexible. 13 units. We need like 15. Actually, we don't even need that much. We could probably get away with less. I could actually get away with 13 here. How far can we take it? Yeah, 12 and 13 is about the line where I think it's a bit, yeah. 13 I think is comfortable, so we'll go for 30. We'll just leave what's in here now, and we'll leave the rest here just as a potential deterrent for Japan, so we'll just deploy everything to Moscow. Okay, let's see how our luck is today. So these are 2 of the must-win fights. Okay, well that's a win. Don't particularly like using artillery for Archangel, but it needs must, I suppose. And a 1 IPC territory again, but again, has to be done. Good. Right, 2 major ones are secure, which is the key thing. So, a little bonus for income would be nice here. Good. Okay, that's totally fine. So, secured a bit of income for ourselves. Not much, but some. 24, so that's okay. And yeah, I think we just leave everything where it is. We don't need to move. What I will do is I'll swap out what we're building. Actually, we're building 4 and 2. So if I swap out 2 of these boys, which again leaves us 2 to trade these 2 if we need to. And yeah, we've got an even distribution between infantry and artillery for pushing this. So maximum damage. I kind of want to risk 12 because I don't think the Germans will take it. If I leaving 12 infantry there, I always include artillery in that calculation. 12 infantry. They've only got like a 13% to conquer, 25 to win the fight, and we do profit from that slightly, not much, but slightly. So we could probably move out 1 more, actually, to be fair, but it's a bit, it's a bit dangerous. I'm going to do it. I've got faith in the calculator. And faith that they're not going to take that kind of fight at this stage because they don't need to. They're ahead right now after that fight, so they're not going to be rushing to take any really risky fights. So I think we can push the percentages down somewhat. Tmoney spectating. Okay. So hopefully Neil will jump on soon. Looks good. Make sure I've got that right. 11 fighters. Yeah. That's good. Okay. So, Obviously, my goat's making it look slightly more healthy than it actually is. We're closer than we were, but we are definitely behind in this game. So I try and keep it ramped up. Okay, welcome to round 8, community game number 17. Jumping back to round 7, Neil for Germany. 10 infantry, 2 artilleries, combat. Took France, southern, bit of trading. Archangel, Ukraine, Belarus. Did he lose a single unit? He did not. Wow. Very nice trades from the Germans there. I think Neil will be happy with that. Nice little bit of land grab. How much have they got to spend? Yeah, 43 IPC next round is pretty tasty for Germany, so that's not bad at all. So nice work there. On to Tmoney. UK 1 fighter, 1 artillery, 6 infantry. Good. Combat, Northwestern, took it. Burma, capture as well. Nice, pretty simple. Looks like he's offloading into Norway, which is good. So we're so the startings of a decent sized stack now. We're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. Looks like I like this as well. From we're not quite there yet on the round analysis, but ABLV sending something north. I think this is something I've seen Yan do as well. It's and high level players. It's not commit to one shock entirely. So not just purely going to fill in, but also doing some med play and vice versa, doing some med play but also going north as well. So I like this. We can start adding to the stack and we can start thinking about eventually maybe forcing Germany's hand out of pulling out of Prelia, but we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, pretty good all round. On to Japan. This is Kristian. 8 infantry. I like the buy actually. That's something I was buying very common. Yeah, that's actually pretty much the buy I go for. As Japan in this situation where they're ramping up production, they've got all the complexes down, they've got 4 transports and they're pushing for Moscow. That's exactly the buy I do, because I like the 2 tanks going into Kwantung, because it gives you some immediate reinforcements into Kazakh. Obviously that's the goal, you're going to stack Kazakh in it, at least initially. So yeah, I love the buy from Kristian there. Nice. Vologda failed to take the territory, which is a bonus for me. It's one less thing to trade, and I will have to trade at least. I'm going to go for 3 things, I think, this round. Well, 2 I have to, but Bellows optional, but I will go for it anyway. So, Vologda failed. Took Novo, no problem. Kazakh, yeah, fair enough. So pretty much lost, not quite as efficient as Germany was there. No, not down to Kristian's fault, which is just the dice decided to give Japan a bit of a harder ride in round 7, but fair enough. Still looking good for Japan. I think is he grabbing? Okay, he's taking Hawaii. I think he's grabbing. No, not quite. Yeah, I think he's grabbing guys off the islands, which makes again a lot of sense because these are spare infantry, so you might as well grab them off. They're not doing anything on these islands. They're not worth anything, so it makes sense to grab them off for these spare transports. So yeah, I like Japan to play this game. It's been pretty solid. Can't complain about that. Well, I'd rather it be slower from the Allied perspective, but it's playing quite well, so fair enough. On to ABLV, US round 8. So 3 transports, 8 infantry, replenishing the ones obviously we lost in 16. So he's up to 8. He's up to 13. Okay, interesting. So 1 more than normal, but I guess in the sense if he's going to go to both, then it's not as bad because he's going to be shipping out. Yeah, slightly different. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Combat captured Italy, which is nice. Rhodesia, pushing these guys down to finish off this pesky German tank that's got away from us for a while. But yeah, nice. And I do appreciate this from ABLV as well. He's trying to give me. He did this before as well. He was trading various things around the board. So yeah, I appreciate the help with the trading because Russia's got a fair bit to do otherwise. So it's nice to get some assistance from the other nations. That's good. So unfortunately though, I think what did he actually go? I assume he went with 3 planes there. What did he attack with? Oh, 4 and 1 tank. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so actually no, that's alright then. That's fair enough. He went with 1 tank. He didn't get too screwed over. Destroyed 2, lost 1 tank. That's fair enough. You'd expect 1 infantry to hit back. So okay, pretty good. Attack pass summary before we finish or start our round. End of round 7, Axis are on 258, Allies 228. We're, as it stands now, we're actually ahead just though. It's fairly even. I mean, the Axis are on 79, Yeah, we are ahead, but not by much. So there's a 30-point gap as well in attack power. So we are behind. So this 16 battle, I think, put us back a bit further than we wanted to be. But we're still in the game. Also, it's far from over. So just keep plugging away. Right, what my buy here? I don't really want to keep spending on artillery, but it's kind of the position I'm in. I want to keep maintaining these trades. I think I'm going to have to use artillery and things for these kind of things. Having Archangel lose so badly is kind of annoying because it means I'm going to have to send 3 there really, because I can't afford not to have that under control. So I'm going to have to send artillery, 2 infantry, and a plane, I think. So that's a bit uncomfortable, but yeah, we'll go 4 and 3. I should probably actually, sorry, this is my mistake. I should probably calc. I always have the calculator on the West Russia odds when I start the round, but I forgot to do this morning. So let's go quickly input this into the calc. Again, I like the fact there's 2 tanks down here. It's a little less pressure on me in West Russia, which is good. So not quite as bad as it would be. Okay, so we've got how many fighters we've got? Very healthy on fighting numbers. I appreciate the 9 fighters the UK has. The UK have got, how many have they got? 13 total now fighters on the board, which is pretty tasty. I love the UK fighters. They're one of my favourite units. Not that they're any different from the American and Russian fighters, but I just mean that in the game you tend to rely on the UK fighters quite a lot, so you start to rely on them. Yeah, they're a very useful unit. Anyway, 14 fighters we have currently. In West Russia, which is pretty good. 3 armour. Let's just put in. I'm just going to put in 11 what we've got now to hold. And yeah, as it stands now, the 11 that are in there is enough to defend. Let's just do. We'll leave this for the UK, obviously. So let's do 1, 2. This and this, I think, would be okay. 8. So we need to bring 3 more infantry forward. Maybe an infantry and artillery, I think, or something. Yeah, this is a bit dodgy. I know we have odds there, I just want to check very specifically what those odds are. %. Always scary trading like that. I hate having to trade Archangel and making sure you actually get it, because it's just very uncomfortable. But okay, let's just go for it. Let's just trust the dice. Belarus unlikely. Okay. All right, big ones first, just so we know what the situation is before we take anything else. Good. Bad. Okay, still good. Okay, we're good. That's a relief. Novo. Good. I think actually I will put an infantry in Vlog there as well. Bello's the only questionable one here, so we don't necessarily need to push up. Good. Yeah, it's a decent start anyway. Okay, I'll push on. Yeah, good. Okay, cool. Nice. Can't really complain about the trades there. So I will put infantry into Vologda. Let's do this. So we need to move 3 forwards. Let's do 1, 2, 3. So that's currently 11 infantry, essentially. I always count those as infantry on defence. And so we're leaving ourselves with 9 troops for this, which is getting to be risky, I suppose. But the UK are also, I had to remember the UK are also there with 5 ground, or 6, actually no, 6 ground, technically, so. Well, that's before they trade. They'll trade this probably. I imagine they'll go 2 infantry. All the planes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yes. Good job, remember to do this. I think I left that guy there for a few rounds too many. He should, not like he didn't achieve much in the Pacific, but still, it should be moving. It should always be active, at least. And try and do something with it. Okay, that's probably about as best we can do. We'll leave it at that. So we have 9, 12, 14 units pretty much at all times trained on Kazakh, and that's not including the Americans and UK. So hopefully that's enough to keep the Japanese out of Kazakh for the time being. Okay, who's on? Tmoney spectating. Okay. Alright, happy with that. Let's close this one out. There we go. So 22 to spend, not great, but not terrible either. Yeah, we're hanging in there. Trading slightly heavier than I would like to be. I don't really want... Maybe I shouldn't have done that, actually. Going 3 to Bello. It's a bit heavy on the trades, but I suppose we killed 2. Again, here as well. I'd like to keep this if we can, because it's just annoying how... Just always having to guarantee we take this, so I have to go heavy here than I'd like to as well. So spending slightly more land units than I would like, but again... We're just keeping the map open and keeping it secure while the allies build up, so... it's not too bad. Anyway, there we go. That's my round 8. I'll see you back for the summary. Round 9. Okay, welcome to round 9. Kids game number 17. Quick summary. So, allies 247. I should probably do like a count on the screen or something. Maybe not. I want to see how... I might actually look back at the recording and see how we're doing, actually. Just I think we were more than... What, we were 21 points behind? I think we were more than that last round, possibly. Might be wrong. Anyway, that's the current situation of the board anyway at the end of round 8. So, yeah, Japan... US is keeping up. Japan's not completely overpowering everything just yet, so... Yeah, not too bad. Right, let's crack on. So, let's just jump back to round 8 and see what Neil did. So, fighter buy for Germany, round 8. 11 infantry as well. Guess he felt like he needed the extra trading power. Yeah, not too against it. Northwestern traded, Italy, Archangel at fail, which is great for me. Also, yeah, that is great for me because we're getting into a situation now where I have to continuously trade. Well, these two have to fall because the Japanese have got a lot more tanks than usual. Normally, I wouldn't see this many tanks as Japan. So it's kind of like if we fail one of these trades, then Moscow falls basically. So a little bit dicey. Because if I fail this one, then the UK can't help me out because they've got nothing, nothing in range land-wise to actually hit this. So yeah, we just lose Moscow immediately, which is not good. So yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure we go hard on this one. This is why I need to keep buying artillery, just to make sure we can still, you know, get some decent, well, hopefully get some decent rolls. So I'll probably go 3, I think, here. I'll go 3 land and 2 planes, probably. Even that's pretty... It's not really tight. You've got great odds, but still, it's a little bit scary. I don't want to have to sack a plane, but I will do. But anyway, this is nice, so I don't have to trade this. I can just walk an infantry in there and just block the blitz, so that's good. Ukraine... I took it back, the UK took it for me, Belarusia, and failed. It's actually a pretty rough round trade-wise for Germany. A few failed trades, so that's good for us though. We're happy with that. On to UK, Tmoney. 1 fighter, 4 infantry, 1 artillery. Combat ground France, Burma, Ukraine, and Kazakh. These two, obviously, I definitely appreciate, as I mentioned before. It's nice. And of course, it's easy for the UK anyway because they've got such a huge air force. They've got 13, but 14 actually total planes on the board. So yeah, their trading ability. I should say fighters. Sorry, fighters. They've got the bomber as well, but yeah, their ability to trade is just great. They've got a lot of efficiency. So yeah, pretty standard trades. Good, all successful, and obviously no adding to the stack here, but yeah. Slowly getting the numbers up over there, so see if we can push through in Karelia maybe at some point during the game. On to Kristian, Japan, round 8. 8 infantry, 4 artillery, 1 tank. Again, I really like Kristian's buys, I'll be honest. It's just very similar. I think if you watch, it's not out. Well, it might be out. I'm not sure what's going to come first, this or the Community Game 14 final match. But I played Japan in that game, and you'll probably see the symmetry between Kristian's buys and mine. They're very similar towards the end like this. So a big fan of that. For Logda, to the territory, no units lost. And Novo, no units lost. Oof. Clean. Oh, hang on. What's this? Wow. Was there seriously... Okay. there was 2 infantry there. Wow, that's super good. So managed to kill a fighter. That's insane. Very good. That's a huge bonus actually. I don't know where that came from, but that's huge. So yeah, surprise loss of a fighter there. But yeah, just generally moving forwards. Nothing. He's not stacked Kazakh yet, obviously, which is good. I'm trying to maintain as many troops as I can bordering Kazakh, just in case he goes for it. I think he's probably almost there, really. I mean, it would be nice, I think, if we can get a few more UK troops moving forward, but obviously it's risky because there are 6. I think he was doing the old, I think he was picking up from different areas, different islands, I think. 50 maybe? 49? But anyway, yeah, we've got to be slightly more careful in India this round, because we've obviously got a fair few transports loaded. In fact, I think I might actually have to count this myself, because it might mean, obviously, the UK pulls guys out, planes out to defend this, because I want infantry moving forward, and obviously to offset that, we're going to have to, or to make up for that, we're going to have to land more fighters in. So I might actually just count this with 2 fighters down. Yeah. I think I could comfortably get away with 12 infantry if I take 2 of his planes out. Let's just calc Moscow. Oh, Moscow, India. I'm not awake this morning, I apologise. Right, so 6 transports, so he's going to have 9 infantry by the looks of it. 9 and 3, plane-wise. Good that he lost one, actually, because that's going to help with the odds, obviously. It looks like just 4? Yeah, just 4 fighters, 1 bomber. Got his bombardments as well. It's not massive, but it's still significant. Obviously, the UK drops troops as well. I feel this is kind of like it's not a deliberate bait, but I feel like it is a trap to move forward here, because we do lose something. It's a bit dangerous when we're struggling for percentage in India. Okay, so let's just go assume we're not going to do that. So I'll leave that guy there. I mean, you can even pull him back if needs must, but it's not ideal. You would kind of want to keep that guy there just to help trade. I don't think Kristian wants to go for India if he can avoid it. I think he knows what he's doing, at least in my opinion. He seems to have quite a good understanding of how to play Japan, so I don't think he's going to go for India unless we give him a clear opportunity to do so. So I'll assume he's not going to go for it. So 6 infantry currently in there. Again, I include the artillery as infantry. 6. It's probably 9 and 3. I'll put 6 fighters in there and a bomber, and that's comfortable. Okay, cool. So if we leave, 12 infantry in West Russia, that gives some flexibility for Kristian to move out if he wants to. Tmoney. Okay, that's that sussed. So on to ABLV, USA, round 8, 10 infantry, 4 artillery. Is he up to his ears pretty much? He's up to 13 transports, so yeah, that's fair enough. Combat Southern Europe and South Africa. Nice, we finally killed that pesky German tank that's been around since the start, so that's nice. So Africa is completely ours now, which is good. I should have mentioned that Germany stacked Italy and Northwestern, so I'm assuming he's going to go back. Was this a move that he did this round? I should have probably checked this. No, it's for the round before. Okay, it was this round, fair enough. So I imagine he's going to pivot the entire stack down to France then this round. Just fair enough. So these 2 probably will be locked out for the remainder of the game, probably. Well, not the remainder of the game, but for the long term, I think now. So we might be forced, possibly north. We'll see. He might be transitioning out of the Med here. I'm not sure exactly. We've not discussed anything obviously like this. It's basically been discussions about West Russia. We've not had any deeper discussions really about directions. So he may be transitioning out now, which is kind of, I think, the right play. I think once they get this locked down, maybe just start building the Finland stack. Maybe we'll see. But anyway, yeah, we're okay. We're okay for now. So on to me anyway, and some important trades to do. So let's grab this. Okay, we're running a bit short of cash, but we'll make it work. Don't really like 3 artillery, I'll be honest. We've already got 5 here. Yeah, let's cancel that. Let's do 4 and 2. 4 and 2 works. So, blocking Bello, obviously. We're leaving Kazakh for the UK, and I'm gonna go. Yeah, I don't even need to trade Vologda here, but I'll try it. We'll do this. So obviously we've got overwhelming odds in Novo. I'm not going to risk not sending a plane or not sending both planes to Novo because we need to trade. That's the priority, so that has to fall. That's just a bonus if we get it. I'm just trying to clear space really, and we kind of have to kill that in a sense as well. It might not be totally. We've got some flexibility if this fails because it's still an awkward trade for Japan. Because they're gonna have to throw in a lot of planes and stuff, and the US can offset that by landing here. Yeah, it's defendable. It's fine. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. We'll block these off, obviously. What does that leave me? It leaves me. No. Okay, we're fine. Just. We can't really afford to trade too much right now. I'm going to leave the key battle first. And fingers crossed about the sack of fire. Good. Not good. Okay. It's in good shape. I thought we're putting dice animations back on. It looks so weird. I've not played with it for so long now. I suppose it does add some tension somewhat. As long as it can keep going, you can still set it to roll fast. It could be a lot slower than that. I kind of quite like it for these kind of games. I was watching back one of my old videos with Matt, and I had obviously the dice animations on at that time, so I quite like it, to be honest. Like a little bit of a throwback. Okay, good trades anyway. Good trades. Got what we need to. So let's block you. We've got 10 there, so I need 2 of you guys, and then the rest stays. Okay, cool. Which works out quite nicely, I suppose. We've got 7 guys, 10, 12 total. I feel like Japan stacks. I've not counted this, but it looks to me like it's fine, I suppose. Have they got an anti-egg? They should. I think this is maybe a mistake, though. I feel if you're aiming for the Kazakh stack, which he clearly is, I think this is so useful to have there. I would have prioritised taking that off. I think particularly in the early game with Japan as well, when you're struggling for income and you're trying to buy things like complexes and transports, having just buying 7 ground and using that as the 8th to pick up is quite useful as well. It saves you some income. So I probably as Japan would have preferred to have this off Japan earlier in the game, but it's fine. I don't think he needs it. I really don't think he needs it. I think he can stack Kazakh here. Again, I'm not going to count the 1-2, but it looks promising. Because it also depends on what do I need to do this? This is such a balancing act because anything I pull into West Russia gives the more planes flexibility to move out, which in turn leads to more infantry being able to be pulled out of India to help defend. I think I'd rather have the UK have the hitting. I don't know. I think he stacks this now. I think he stacks it. I think actually I might count this just to see because I think it is stackable. It's a 3-way punch against him, but I mean, all those 3-way punches. Well, the UK one at least is very reliant on planes, so yeah, it's dangerous. Let's just calculate really quickly. I don't want too long. So if he stacks it, the US can go first. With the US is not going first. The IPC value of us going for this for Japan is going to be huge because they're pretty much like, yeah, the US has to kill itself to get any odds. I might actually just exclude the US going for that because it's just such a bad attack. 1, 2, 3. I've got to include them. Okay, well, we can technically clear it, but that is so costly. The profit that the Axis make over that fight is insane. I don't think it's bad for everyone. Really. I'm going to cancel. I'm going to cancel the first wave of the Americans attacking because it just doesn't work for us. It's not good. Okay, that's much better. So we can't take out the Americans. Yeah, it looks a lot healthier. A lot healthier. I still get a profit, but we can still clear it. So I guess it doesn't work quite yet. Although actually, hang on, if we, I didn't calculate Germany throwing in fighters, so if they were to throw like 3 fighters as reinforcements, we can still take it, but we still win the fight, but it just becomes so costly. I'm going to make a note to my teammates in Discord that there may be a chance that Japan stacks this round or next. They're getting to that stage. They've got 12, 14 ground, 15 ground, 16 ground coming in. If it's not this round, then I think next round will be guaranteed pretty much. He's just done a big drop, so it's now the time we're going to think about where we put the India troops, and I think frankly we pull them out. Again, the control in the centre of the border is more important. Russia and West Russia is more important than India. India is a luxury for the Allies that they can't always afford to have. So, okay. Anyway, sub again, not anything I can do here really. I can't get anywhere close to this fleet. I guess it doesn't really help me to position anywhere else. 46, I guess, works slightly better because it ranges some of these sea zones. Yeah, it's not a lot I could do with that sub, to be fair. Okay, well, we've done our best here. We've got West Russia's defended and we've taken Novo, so I'll leave it to the Allies for the rest of it. Anyway, sorry, that's quite a long round, but worth just having a look at least the Japan situation, and ideally keeping them out of Kazakh if we can. But we'll see. Alright, all into West Russia. Moscow, sorry. Okay, 252, 264. Okay, welcome to round 10. Right, so, Neil, for round 9, Germany, 10 infantry, 1 artillery, combat, recaptured France, southern, Archangel, but failed, which is nice. Again, one less thing for me to do. Belarus and Ukraine. Okay. It's a bit of territorial capturing. Fair play. Tmoney, UK, round 9. 1 fighter, 8 infantry. Combat, Thailand, took it undefended. Northwestern, undefended. And Kazakh cleared them out for me. Nice. Cool. Yeah, and I think I dropped a few more guys off into Norway as well, which is nice. So the stack's getting there. It's getting there. We're getting somewhere. I think, yeah, it's maybe with the US going, if the US can possibly drop off here, and we can do like a 1-2 move, so the UK moves in to Finland, supported by US troops, that would be quite nice. So they could maybe drop off this round, the US, have these 5 transports come back, and yeah, maybe just drop off in Finland when he moves, like in round 11, I mean, drop off in Finland and move the stack from Norway through as well, so we have a decent stack. That's going to be the way to do this, I think. We need to force our way through to Karelia, because we're not really making much headway here. Germany's done really well with just, you know, keeping the numbers high. He's maintained Karelia. He's been trading off here. He's started to stack heavy, these kind of things. He's doing a lot of stack pivoting, and just, yeah. So I guess it's just efficient trading when he's recapturing things. But yeah, he's locking down territories now, so we're not really get much value. So I think the right move for ABLV is to move out of the Med, and just try and force our way through Karelia, if possible. But might not be that easy. We have to maintain pressure on things like France to try and keep these infantry here, and yeah, stop them coming forward. Because if there's a big wave of German infantry coming forward, we're going to get completely whacked out of West Russia. I mean, I can hold it as of now against what's in Karelia, but like any substantial stack moving forward, even this moves forward, we're gonna have to pull out. So we're very thin on the ground here, I think. Yeah, so yeah, interesting. Anyway, we'll see what happens. But for now, Kristian, round 9. Again, lowest buys, transport. Sorry, transport. Jesus, I always said I've just woken up, but I'm just having a coffee. So if my commentary is all over the place, which it normally is anyway, but it was bad today, I apologise. Thailand, so Kazakh, Burma, Novo, but fell, which is again really nice for me, so it's one less trade. Actually, the trading here is pretty minimal, we don't have to do much really. I I think I'm going to go light to Ukraine and hit battle with 2. We'll just do 1 infantry and 2 and just see if we can take it. I don't want to commit too much. This round's a bit of a reprieve because we don't have anything. I don't have to take anything this round, so we don't really need to trade if we don't want to. It's good, but I will trade. Vologda. Helm there as well, which is nice. Cool. Actually, Vologda was tight, so we actually get an artillery back as well, which is a bonus. So, yeah, pretty good round of trading for Japan from our perspective there. Not so much from Kristian's, but that's fine. He's also done a move here. He's moved his stack down to Sichuan, which makes me think he may go for India play. I'm not sure he will, but it gives him the option to like drop a massive stack like into Burma, so we can't actually get him out. I don't think he will do that. Not quite sure the reason for that though. Was that actually what happened? Yeah, he just moved his tanks down pretty much. Yeah, he just moved his tanks down. So the infantry's gone forward from Yunnan, so it's probably still a Kazakh stack. But I guess maybe the tanks being here gives him a bit more flexibility. He can still go where he wants, but also go to Burma if they're thinking about stacking that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, we're very thin. We've got a lot of planes, but again, in these games, it's numbers, and it's infantry numbers specifically. So if we start getting too far behind, I'm not going to count. That's another feature I would like to see actually, and I think I mentioned it a long time ago, is having like being able to see unit counts for specific units, so infantry, artillery, tanks, just see what's on the board for each nation, and then as like the side as a whole. So the Allied side as a whole, as of now, has whatever 100 infantry. The Axis have got 110 or whatever. That'd be so useful, just to kind of, you'd start seeing patterns the more you played with it, and you'd start seeing in your games, I think, like if you were ahead or behind based on your experience of how many units that they really should have at this point. That kind of thing. I think that'd be really interesting. I mean, you could do that if you really wanted to. If you wanted to count and just keep track. That's probably quite a good way of playing, to be fair, actually. But it's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. I don't really want to be that intense with my play, I don't think, particularly in a community game. But yeah, and ranked, I'm not really going to work that hard. It's not. I'm not that bothered. Well, I've not been playing ranked, but if I was playing ranked, I wouldn't be that too into it. But interesting though. It's something they can add. I think they've gone really quiet, Beamdog. We're kind of getting on a bit of a digression here, but yeah, Beamdog have gone really quiet like recently. I've not seen any updates for them. They're renewing the seasons, and I think they'll continue to do that. But in terms of actual like major updates, there's been nothing for a long time. I still think there's so much untapped potential in this game. They've got so much they could do with it, and it just looks sadly like they might not. They might just leave it. I mean, it's in a good state as it is now. It's in a good state. It's got the game, but I think they could expand it to do so much more. I think, and I would love to see them do that, but. Who knows? Who knows what the future brings? We'll see. Anyway, sorry, that's my little tangent there. Anyway, I'll get back on track. So, ABLV, round 9, 7 infantry, 6 artillery, big land buy. Well, it's got a transport, I suppose, so it makes sense. Trade Italy and Kazakh for me, which is nice. You trade Kazakh? Okay, fair enough. So, appreciate that. And, yeah, I feel like he maybe... Ooh. I was just gonna. Oh, he's left a map note about it. Surely, yeah. I was just gonna say. I was looking at those 5 and thinking, hang on, is there any bombers around? There is. There's one up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, this needs to be defended. That's a little bit dangerous. Although I don't think he had many options really. I'm not sure. Again, this is gonna make this round really long. I apologise, but another thing I wasn't planning this. It just comes up. Me and Gwyn were talking about this in the last Community Game 14 match. We're doing a 3-way, a best of 3 in that community game, by the way. So that's why we're playing another match. But anyway, I would love, as in chess, I've mentioned this before, to be able to have the ability to go back like this, click on a nation, and then have the board change to reflect what it was, to show what it was at that point. So look at the combat, click combat. It shows them, the current board as it would have looked for Kristian on round 7. You go up to round 5, Germany, mobilisation. See the board after round 5. It would be so useful just to recap a game. It would be great. Just to go through the war diary. The ability actually to have the board change and show you actually what was happening would be so useful for like reviewing your games and seeing where you went wrong or went right. But anyway, sorry. Let's get back on track. Let's get a buy out there. Let's go. I'm going to go 4 and 2, I think, because we are getting artillery back here. I might actually go 6 and 1 here. Yeah, let's go 6 and 1. I think that's a bit better. Get some numbers out. Let's go. Do this. You don't necessarily have to. I think I will put an infantry in all of these though. Don't have to, but I will. We need probably 12. We've only got 12 fighters here now, so I need a few more infantry. 12 infantry is okay. It's a bit scary. I think 13 might be ideal. So I might go 30. Yeah, I think I might go 13. So anyway, that's going to be 9. So we need 4 of these guys. Okay. Yeah, bit dicey. I'm kind of tempted not to take Neil Spectate. I'm kind of tempted not to take any trades here at all, actually, because we're getting really thin. I need 4 guys. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is all those spent, so we're going to be deploying. We're going to go with 8 guys. Okay, that's alright. That's alright. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Screw it. So, not great. Good though. Come on, planes, do your job. Do your job. We're lucky here. He's not hitting anything back. That was really bad. We could have lost both there very easily. Okay, nice quick hit. Nice. Wow. Well, that worked out well, because if the planes weren't hitting at all. But can't complain there. Alright, so move you back. 1, 2, 3. And the rest go here. So we have 4 coming in. Yep, 13 total. Nice. Alright, anything we can get away with here? No. Kristian's doing well with his stack, his navy. He's not leaving anything without a destroyer, so I can't really get close. I'm just kind of sitting around trying to find some value, but I can't really. I think going up here would be the better way to do it. Yeah, this 46 is fine. I can't get any better position really. 44, can't move there. Can't move to 49. 45 is too far back. I just got to leave him there, I think. Not much else I can do. Okay. Let's go with that. And the rest go here. Sorry, I once again forgot to check the war report, but as of now we're pretty much even attack power, but Germany's still got to go. Okay, let's have a look at Germany 10. So 12 infantry for Neil, combat northwestern. Looks like I just did the plenty of stack pivoting, I think, for Neil. Italy, stacked it obviously, Belarus. Yeah, pretty good round for Neil. Not too bad, traded bits and bobs. Ukraine was the only nice one actually, to be fair. So we keep Ukraine. We're going to be retreating from West Russia this round. I don't think there's another option really, because Germans are there. We've got the Kazakh stack, which I knew was coming. So I was going to be either out this round or next. I think it's probably better to do it now. If India had a lot more infantry, I would have suggested India be abandoned to dead zone this, but there's nothing in there anyway. Really, it's just we're holding it with planes right now. It's a proper skeleton crew with just lots of air support. So I'm not even sure that's great in terms of. Okay, he didn't attack, to be fair, so that's fine. I don't think Kristian's too interested in India right now. He's going for the kill, which is the right move, I think. But there is reinforcements coming. We've got a big, we've got lots of waves of US troops coming through North Africa, and we're transitioning now to the north, getting a Finland stack underway, so we can try and push these Germans out. Hopefully, we're not going to be able to do it for a while, frankly. I'm not sure what Germany's play is here if they want to move out. I think probably they will stay there. For this round because they need to protect the Japanese planes, but they don't have to move necessarily for a long time because they've got a huge wave coming forward and they've got plenty of guys spare. And when we transition fully out of the Med, then all this can come forward. All this Italy stack can get moved up. So maybe the northwestern stack can cover France, and then this can go up here, and then everything out of Berlin can just move forward. They will have to be careful, I think, with reinforcements. This might be the last one that goes directly through Baltic. They might have to take the safer route of going through Poland, Belarus to Karelia, but we shall see. But anyway, Germany's in a very decent situation right now, as is Japan. So yeah, I do think we're on the way out on this game. But we'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can hang on to the reinforcements arrive. Anyway, on to round 10 for Tmoney, UK. 8 infantry, 2 artilleries. Combat, Burma. Okay, fair enough. Not bad. And I think it's just general stripping to Finland. Really, they're both of them are focusing on this now. I think just to try and get this a big stack going in the north, and hopefully make something happen up there. And yeah, obviously with all the planes free up now, as we were abandoning West Russia, all those fighters were free to move wherever they wanted. So we can hold. So that's how we can do this. We can hold India with very minimal ground units. Anyway, on to Kristian, round 10, Japan. 9 infantry, 3 artillery, 1 tank. Alaska's been taken, which is kind of annoying, but good move, it's fine. Burma recaptured. Kazakh's been stacked, obviously. Novo, Archangel and Vlogda. So, yeah, nice across the board there. Very nice. How's Japan doing? Yeah, it's on 51, which is kind of scary, frankly. Madagascar's still ours. We've still got all of Africa, but yeah, we have to try and trade some of this back if we can. I think I probably do I necessarily need to do Archangel? I don't think I do. I'm just thinking about unit preservation right now as Russia. I should still be trading though. I think I should still be trading. Just maybe a bit more light than I normally would, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. On to round 10 for ABLV. 14 infantry, 1 artillery. Just filling up his transports and defending this. Yeah, that UK sub excuse me, can't venture too far north because it's going to get trapped by the destroyer, so yeah, that transport is safe for now. Nothing much to speak about on the non-com, just, yeah, as I said, shuffling forward and pulling out of the Med completely. On to me for round 11. So my purchase this round is going to be, we can do 8 infantry, so I think I will actually. We've already got 8 artillery, so that's actually quite high. So I'm happy with just pure infantry here. Let's do this. The two territories, the 2 IPC territories. I'll try and trade light. I can't obviously shift these guys out of here. I'll leave it infantry in Ukraine. These are a bonus if we get them, I suppose. Let's think, is it worth trading anything else? The Germans obviously can't blitz through and take Russia. That's not an issue. Maybe we do it slightly different. Maybe do like. Not sure how wise this is, but I'm going to do it. Let's do this. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 2s across the board. Yeah, I've got to be a little bit careful here because obviously we've got a Japanese stack on the doorstep and they've got plane support. They've got actually 8 planes, I believe. So that's no joke. I'm going to actually calc that because I want to just know what the odds are currently without me trading anything. Obviously, the problem is I've got no ground support from the Allies because they've all been locked out. I think the best way for the Axis to play this here is just to lock the Allies out in Finland, keep Karelia absolutely stacked to the max, and then just wait for. Although actually, to be fair, the US are coming here with a lot of waves, so I guess it can't only be the Japanese doing something. So I'm not sure, but yeah, at the moment we're very starved for reinforcements. All I can get is planes, so I guess actually the reinforcements, the ground I'm using here might be a bit excessive. I might have to concede these one IPC territories and go light on the other ones. We'll see. Right, let's just do the attack anyway. So it's going to be, at best, I'm going to assume I'm going to kill the infantry in these, which is a big assumption. 10 infantry, 5 artillery, 11 tanks. They have 7 fires, I believe. Yeah. 7, 1 bomber. I mean, it should be fine, but I just want to double check how comfortable we are currently. Infantry, we're going to have 11, 19, 20, 24, and these guys too, probably. So I don't know, 27, just average. Might be 26, actually. Because I'm leaving, actually no, 25, because I'm leaving one guy in Ukraine and one guy in West Russia. 3 tanks, and a crap ton of planes, potentially. So we've got, yeah, that's the one thing we do have plenty of, is planes. So I'll just conservatively put, how many could we use? Let's just put 10 for now, because 10 seems reasonable, given what's around. I think, maybe not actually. Let's just try 10. That'll be 8. Yeah, it's not a guarantee. Well, it's it's 80%, but that's scary. I think I might be going a bit too hard in some of these areas. I guess the nice thing is there's no reinforcements up north just yet, so I might be able to get away with trading these once. Let's just do it. Screw it. I want to trade. Forget it. Let's go for it. This may not be advisable trading this heavily, but we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we get all the territories. So Belarus full, that's good. Vologda would be nice. Okay. Come on guys, get your aim sorted. There you go. Bit late, but it's it's still fine. Alright, these two are bonus. I just want to kill the infantry, that's all I want to do, just kill the infantry on all the artillery. Okay, good. Artillery's dead, that's nice. That's totally fine. An Archangel again. Kill it, it's fine. Nice. Whoa. Snake eyes. Okay, pretty good round of trade. I'll take that. Let's block you off. Send everything back to Moscow. Okay. There we go. Sorry, I forgot to look, but allies are just now hit 300, and the Axis are on 304. So still an even game, but I think the Axis income is looking pretty nice, to be fair, and their position is looking nice because they've got some good control here. Yeah, interesting. I'm going to be very glad when these reinforcements arrive. The problem might occur when we've got to try and get through Persia, because it's kind of like it's a bit awkward. I'm not going to bother calculating this now in the video, but I'll do it off screen. I'm just wondering who's dead zoning who here, because I don't think I've got enough to kick them out of. We've got what, 21, 24, 26 versus more than that. Oh no, it's 26. Okay, sorry. But that's obviously going to favour them, so I can't kick them out, but maybe a two-way punch is enough to get them out. But it won't be a two-way punch with the current numbers, because they can reinforce with 11 guys plus planes. So they're in here for the long haul now. I think we are stuck with the Kazakh stack. So it's slightly concerning about these dudes. I think, yeah. See how it goes. India might be holdable here because we've got so many US reinforcements coming through North Africa, which is a bit unusual. So this might present a bit of a different dynamic in this game. We want to hold India. But the key is going to be just safely getting through Persia and then into the Caucasus. That's going to be the tricky bit. Particularly if the Germans move south to West Russia, which is possible, not this round, but maybe in a few rounds' time. Again, we'll see. But yeah, it's a lot up in the air right now, but I definitely think we're behind. So let's see what we can do. Anyway, that's my round 11. I'll pass you back to Neil and we'll see you for round 12. Okay, welcome to round 12. Right, Neil. In fact, Yeah, that's fine. Neil, round 11, Germany, 11 infantry. Combat, Ukraine, Belarus, West Russia, Arcade but fell, which is nice. And lost 2 infantry. That's random. Okay, so the big stack off is on in Karelia and Finland. So it's all about those fat stacks pairing off. I don't really see a problem for the Axis, to be honest. I think they've got enough to hold while Japan as I thought, Japan's dead zoning Persia here, so it's kind of delaying the American approach a little bit. Meaning while they can just, get in position. I think what they could probably do is do I suppose it's risky, but Germany's got reinforcements. Like they've got lots of infantry down here. They can maybe go for a quick 1-2, so Germany just quickly slips out of Karelia. Again, they can't do it in this round, so I think the Japanese planes are a good indication of when Germany's going to move, if they ever do. Because the Japanese planes have to move first, because they're not going to sacrifice 4 planes, because the UK will kill them. So the Japanese planes will move first, so it won't be this round. But when they do move, we need to be careful of the Germans going to West Russia. Because I think a 1-2 from Germany and Japan would finish this game off, I think. And even if we were to come to Karelia with all these stacks and then head towards Baltic States, Berlin, I don't think we could actually overpower Berlin by that time, because it's going to be all the planes, the Axis planes in Berlin. And they've already got, as I said, big stacks of infantry ready here, so I don't think it's going to be a possibility. So something to watch out for, I think, for us. On the plus side, we've got a lot of planes. I would rather have more infantry, but we do have 14 planes, so not bad. And actually, we've got 6 in the wings as well. Well, 8, I suppose, actually. There are a few nearby to reinforce, so actually there's going to be some heavy Allied fighter stacks in Moscow, which is reassuring, definitely, because they can turn the tide of a battle. But anyway, let's crack on. So, Tmoney, round 11, UK. 8 infantry. Oh, Steve Match play. 8 infantry, 1 artillery. Combat, traded Burma and West Russia. Or tried to, but failed. That's unfortunate. But I'm not going to probably commit any ground to these 2. I think I'll just blitz a tank in and out. Just because, again, numbers for me is more important right now. So I'll pull this guy back too and just preserve. We're turtling now. That's the job. Just trying to maintain as many numbers as possible. So just pretty much nothing else to really report. I think it may be time to consider a double stacking of Persia. So the Americans would have to go first. We've not consulted in the Discord about this, but I think the Americans go first, followed by the UK troops from India. And we just try and get away get into Caucasus possibly before the Germans move as well. Because if we do that, it's going to be kind of like it's going to be a bit awkward. Both sides are kind of dead zoning each other, so it's a bit unusual. But there we go. Anyway, right. So Kristian, round 11, 1 complex, 4 Kazakh. Okay, fair enough. So Japan is in its ideal situation now. It's got all its maximum output from Kwantung, Manchuria, and Japan. They've got the Pacific Islands, except obviously Madagascar, I suppose, which I count as the last piece of the puzzle for the Pacific expansion. And they've got the Kazakh complex. So Japan is in full kill Moscow mode right now. So let's see how long we can hold out. Any combat of significance? Just took Burma back. Persia. Okay, actually did actually take Persia for a second. Okay, and Caucasus. Okay, no problem. So last move of round 11, ABLV. 7 infantry, 5 artilleries. There's going to be a slight problem with reinforcing the transports because he has got 13, and we can't obviously afford to supply 13 unless he might be able to. Yeah. Technically, he can, I suppose. If he starts deploying in west and moves them forward, he could actually support 13 transports, no problem. He's got to prepare for it though, by having things move back. So, we'll see. But nothing much to really report from the US side. Just flushing the troops through, all the remaining troops from North Africa, and dropping everything spare into Finland. So on to me. I think again for me, pretty simple job from here on out. Really, just trading minimally. Actually, not much for me to do this round in particular, but I'm going to buy 7 infantry. No need for artillery right now. I'm going to pull this guy back, I think, and just split some tanks. I don't see any value really of putting an infantry in any of these, because what's the point? Just losing an infantry. Yeah, let's go for that. If there's one infantry and maybe one of these two, I can use an infantry in 2 planes to try and trade that back, or the courses more importantly. So I may do that. But if it's like this, I'm probably not going to bother. So, yeah, there we go. Income's getting obviously pretty suffocated right now, but excuse me, we're still in the game. It's 324 for the Allied powers, 312 for the Axis, so we're not dead, but we are definitely struggling. I think, again, the attack power doesn't really tell the true story, I don't think, because we are, I think Moscow is on the verge of falling if the Germans make the right moves, so we'll see how it plays out. But anyway, there we go. So that's my round 12. We'll see you back for round 13. Okay, going to be super snappy round this round. I'm also doing post commentary. So 12 infantry for Germany. Took West Russia Archangel. For Tmoney UK. Tried to hit Burma but failed, unfortunately. And same for West Russia, so bad round for the UK. Kristian. Persia. Caucasus, obviously, so Japanese economy is now looking very healthy, to say the least. As I note to myself to move my sub, because I keep forgetting. I think I did as well, though. Yeah, anyway. 18 to spend. So we're obviously in full turtle mode at this point as the Russians. Not much we can really do apart from a few, one blitzer. I'm assuming I take... Oh, the US failed to get Caucasus as well. Wow. So that was just a failure across the board this round. I think for Burma, West Russia, and Caucasus, that's really bad. It's unfortunate. It's those kind of dice that in one round don't really make too much difference, but if you get those consistently, if you get those kind of battles consistently across a game, it can turn the tide of a game completely, I think. But anyway, yeah, just a bad round for the Allies there. Again, my round in a way it's nice. Also, I think I skip Caucasus here just because we don't have the troops to do it. So, but yeah, my game's going to be very simple from here on out. It's pretty much just blitzing what I can and then just deploying everything to Moscow. So, yeah, a nice and easy job for me for the rest of the game. It's going to be up to my teammates to make something happen, maybe. Okay, welcome to round 14, community number 17. So I think we're on the verge of defeat here. I think it's going to be either this round. I think it's probably going to be next round, but yeah, it could potentially be this round we lose. But I think they'll wait. They don't need to risk anything at the moment. So yeah. Anyway, let's just jump back to round 13. So for Neil, 13 infantry. Combat just took West Russia. Nothing big, just maintaining stacks in France. Berlin and Karelia. This Karelia stack in particular is really nice. He's done a good job of keeping his numbers alive, and ABLV did message us in the Discord, me and Tmoney, and just ask, is there a game plan here? Because we're about to lose. I don't think there is, actually, frankly. I think normally in this kind of situation, Germany wouldn't be still in, or at least in my experience, there's so many off games where when Russia's on the verge of collapse, Germany is more turtled than it is now. So you have the kind of option to retreat from Moscow and just like all 3 powers go for Berlin while Japan takes Moscow. That can make for quite a messy and fun end game. But here we don't even have that option. Because if I move out to West Russia, then I just get crushed by the Germans here. So I am very much stuck in Moscow. I was looking at the board as well, just trying to think of anything we can try and do here. There's literally nothing. Like I can't think aside from taking like a really crappy fight against Berlin or something. We can't even pull out of India at this point. At least not completely, because even with all the planes here, all this material, actually not. Maybe now it's got odds possibly. I was looking at the board before ABLV just moved, so he had like 10 infantry here, I think. But Persia was basically 100% dead zone. There was like no way to get in there unless we pulled out all the planes, which would just kill Moscow. So we can't even move into Persia. So yeah, there's like nothing we can do. Even if we did move out and we held, think it's likely that India falls, and that will be the 9th VC for them. So we'd have to be able to take something back, and these are all locked down tight. So even this is not possible. So yeah, we kind of actually have to hold India for now, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, just very, very good play from the Axis, I have to say. It's been really good from Neil and Kristian. Nice work. So moving on to round 13, Tmoney, 9 infantry. Tried to trade Burma, but failed, unfortunately. It's pretty much at this point, we're just like having a massive race on the Karelia stack. Again, we've already lost. The game's already lost at this point, though. Even if we were to, force the Germans back at some point, then they can just turtle for ages, and Moscow's would have already fallen long before that. So yeah, the game is lost at this point. But yeah, we'll try and grab something. We'll try and, I don't know. I guess we could take a big fight in Karelia at some point if Moscow falls, to try and, at least use these troops we've been building for a while. On to Kristian for round 13. 14 infantry, 1 fighter. Combat took Madagascar, and he's about to start expanding into Africa. Alaska's fallen. Persia tried to trade but failed. Tried to trade but failed. Sorry. Nothing much to speak of. Just building up that stack in Kazakh. And ABLV finally, 9 infantry, 4 artilleries. Actually failed the. That's unfortunate. Where did that tank come from? Down here somewhere. I thought that wasn't from Moscow. No, it's from Transjordan. Okay, cool. That's fine. And he cleared. That's very kind of him. He cleared Vlogda for me. Although that's not a. I wouldn't recommend this actually. That's not. I suppose at this point it doesn't matter. We're not playing. We don't have to play tight anymore because we're about to lose. So we can afford to do something like this. But generally speaking, don't ever do this for Vlogda in this situation, because every in a tighter game, every unit counts in Moscow. So potentially throwing away a plane for 1 infantry is not a good trade. But anyway, for me right now, I'm glad I did it, so I can blitz a tank and out for a bit of income. So it's totally fine. Okay, on to my move. Not really much I can do. I'm going to bank the 1, obviously. Getting this is going to mean extra infantry next round, which probably won't make any difference, but still. There's a big... I think actually the odds currently... I've got 30... Yeah, 30... I would love to trade this, but I can't. It's almost 50% actually at the moment on Moscow, so I think once these guys arrive, and probably these guys as well, it's going to be falling very soon, I think. Yeah, I think we may see like a... Possibly what happened, I think I would imagine Japan in this situation builds maybe some bombers, or some just like 4 artillery here, or even some tanks here with some bombers, and they go for the attack next round. I think 15 is going to be the realistic end of this game. That's when I think they'll go for it, but we shall see. We can still got some fighters to fly in, but I think honestly I'd rather just a quick death because it's inevitable at this point. So I'd rather just they take the fight and we can crack on. But we'll see. Anyway, 3 infantry from me. Again, I can't. I'd love to take Caucasus, but I can't. Literally every infantry counts at the moment, because we are balancing on the end of. We may lose Moscow this round. 36. Yeah, actually that drops us below 50%. Actually using that 1 infantry to try and trade Caucasus. There's no guarantee we take it anyway, so I'm just going to blitz it out. But what I can do. Is he actually watching? No, it's just online. Okay. So unfortunately, not going to take that. UK could potentially take it actually if they want to. Yeah, very sad state of affairs for Moscow. Not much we could do. Damn. No, 1 away from an extra infantry actually. We buy 3 more next round. Yeah, so 3 more. And then I guess the only reinforcements we can realistically get is the 5 planes from India, and that's it. So it's going to be 3 more infantry, 5 planes, and then they're going to get 11, 13 with 13 with probably 17, maybe like 20 extra units. So Moscow's dead next round, I think. pretty much guaranteed. And that's not even calculating if the Germans do something crazy like, you know, blitz some tanks in just for a quick kill. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, we're on the verge of finishing this game, so I'm sure they'll be moving fairly quickly. We can close this one down. But that's round 14. I'll see you back for round 15. So we arrive at round 15, committee game number 17. Just look back at round 14 first, before we get to the dire situation that is Moscow right now. So 12 infantry for Neil, Germany. No combat moves, just moving through things to, big stack. I'm assuming there was 5 transports. Yeah, I can't believe Neil left Berlin open there. So I'm assuming it was just he moved these. Yeah, I'm sure it was all calculated. But yeah, Berlin looks very weak now. But obviously we're just about to hit the Germans' turn, so it's gonna be shored up again. But yeah, 21 infantry going towards Karelia. That's shored it up for another good few rounds. So yeah, no way in there. For Tmoney, UK, round 14, 9 infantry. Combat just hit Burma and failed, unfortunately. Unlucky. And more shipping to Finland. Kristian, 14 infantry, 1 fighter, 1 artillery, bit of a different buy that time. I guess it's because we've got more complexes, I'm assuming. And he had to buy a fighter, or he wanted to buy a fighter. Where did he deploy that? I'm assuming Kwantung. He may be thinking about the Moscow attack, which I'll get to in a second, but that's probably why he did that. Onto ABLV, 7 infantry, 2 fighters, took Alaska, took it back I suppose, and Persia's moved in with the big stack that was building in Africa, which is, yeah, probably the biggest move this round I suppose. The problem we've got with this is obviously if the UK were to reinforce this, they've got an issue here. If the Japanese, well, it doesn't even matter, they don't need to hit this, but if the UK reinforces with everything, then the Japanese take, although I suppose, no, that's fine. I suppose what could happen is the Japanese could kill the stacks. I'm pretty sure I calculate they've got odds on this. So they would need to kill this, the Japanese, and then also take India. And I think at that point we'd lose on VCs because we can't take Karelia's a no-go. We wouldn't have time to attack it anyway. Yeah, these two would be a no-go as well. So we could potentially lose on VCs this round. Not that it matters, because I think Moscow's going to fall anyway. So we've got very shit options of whatever happens. So yeah, it's not an issue. But anyway, on to me. So my job, again, pretty simple. Just buy some infantry. I can't blitz in and out. I'm not going to take any chances with hitting anything. I just need max numbers here. So we're just going to just steamroll through, deploy here. So 41 infantry we have, essentially. 3 tanks, 17 fighters, which I'm hoping that it's going to be bolstered slightly. If we had 4 more here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bomber, let's say. Okay. If actually he has these fighters and Moscow's got a chance, if it's just what's in here now and what Japan's got here, then it's about 80% in favour of Japan. But with those extra 5 planes in India, we actually do get it to around 50%, which is pretty good. So that could be an option, I think, here. I'll have to make a note of that in the Discord for these guys. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. I think if we stack this, it could also end up being quite good, potentially. I'm not sure. I'm not going to work out the odds. I can't be bothered. But if they attack this and fail, I don't think they would. I think it'd be very based on the numbers here. Yeah, I think the numbers are just too strong for Japan, I think. But if they were to fail that fight, that'd be quite good. Because obviously we'd wipe a shit ton of Japanese troops out. We could make sure India doesn't fall, and then we could work on pushing through. But I still think it's probably... Oh, I don't know. It's slipping away, obviously, but if we can get a favourable battle somewhere, it might mean there's a slither of hope in this game still. But yeah, I think a lot of things have got to go in our favour. And there's still a thing of, I suppose, Germany could come in and help out with the Japanese taking Moscow. But yeah, I think the VC snipe is probably it's not really a snipe at this point, but them winning on VCs, I think, is going to be the way of this game at the moment. Okay, Russia 16. I'm actually very surprised to see us actually, or at least this stack still alive. I'm really surprised Kristian didn't take the attack on Persia. But anyway, we'll get to that in a second. So for round 15, Germany, Neil, okay, 2 fighters, 1 bomber. That's a heavy indication of something's coming. That's what? Hang on, why though? I think I'm assuming the fighters were deployed to Karelia. Yeah. So it's just holding out strong for 1 more round, I guess. Fair enough. I guess they know they're almost at the end. They've almost made it. So I guess why not? Interesting buy though. No trades for Germany in round 15. Wow. That's really rough actually. Germany is having an easy time right now. All they're going to do is block off this way in and they're fine. Interesting. Tmoney for round 15, 2 artillery, 6 infantry. Hit Burma but failed to take it, unfortunate. He's got some bad little Burma, hasn't he, I think. Failed to take. Failed to take. Failed to take. Okay, we got it in. We've not controlled it since round 11, that's quite funny. Okay, he was going heavy in the early rounds apparently. Anyway. Yeah, so combat took Burma back, nothing much, but yeah. Stacking Finland. Kristian for round 15, more importantly, 4 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 bomber. Getting the bomber by, a bit more interesting. I'm assuming, is that the placement? That's a bad placement. No, that's a bad placement from Kristian. I don't know what he's planning here, but they're going for the fleet. That could be something. That could be an option, actually. He's got 10, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 11 planes in range of Season 3, and the Germans have got, how many? 7 planes in range. That's not a safe season. That is not a safe season, and we've got a big shipment coming in, and we need to kind of protect that. That's kind of unfortunate. Holy crap, he might go for the actual attack here. It's 3, 4, 6... 10 defenders, and they've got a shit ton of attackers. We may just have lost this season. I'm not sure. That's going to be quite funny if that happens. At this point, the game was already lost, so I'm not too concerned. I think we know the game's over. So it's just we're just going to make them work for it, I think, as much as we can. But yeah, that could be fun. If they go for the fleet, that'll be quite funny. Okay, fair enough. All right, so nothing much to speak of. Brazil. Okay, so Brazil, Rhodesia, Central America, all been countered by ABLV. Bit of harassment here. Good job from Kristian though, just to cause some problems for us. Obviously, these responses are going to cost reinforcements into Europe. One thing, yeah. Again, I think the only thing I can think the bomber placement is for is going for the fleet. If that's the plan, then that makes sense. Otherwise, you want the bomber further back, so obviously it doesn't make any sense doing that. But I'm pretty sure Kristian's not a bad. He's a good player, so I'm not sure there's a reason for that. And yeah, I'm kind of gonna guess it's the fleet. We'll see what happens. Germany should give us an actually. Oh, Neil was spectating. Germany should give us an indication if that's the plan. They may go for it. They may do maybe a 1-round hit or something. Could be the way. Risky, but could be interesting. We'll see. Anyway, on to ABLV for round 15. 2 fighters will destroy 5 infantry. I guess he's thinking of reinforcing Moscow. But I think yeah. Tricky. Good job from Kristian here, actually. I think he's kind of diverted attention down here. When actually the fleet, I'm not even sure where these guys come from. From 22. No. So they were in Season 10. The carrier and destroyer were in Season 10. So this is like 4. If you add fighters to the carrier, it's 4 defenders that could have been in Season 3 that are not now because he's drawn them south. So that could be really smart actually from Kristian if that was the game plan all along. To bring some defenders south while hitting the fleet. He may go for it on his own. He's got, as I said, 11 attackers versus, what did I say? 10 defenders, it could be possible. Might just go for it and just shut down the Allied, logistics completely for the, a good number of rounds. And if they could hold Korea, then we can't. These guys are just absolutely stuck. They can't do anything. So that could be a stroke of genius from Kristian if that's the plan. I'm actually really curious to see what he does this round. I hope I called that right. Although actually, one thing I should note for the Japanese 10 and round 15, I'm surprised he didn't even strafe Persia, because we obviously had these guys moving forward. There was some discussion in the Discord about what to do with those troops, because we were thinking, ABLV was thinking of stacking Persia hard with all the UK troops, but unfortunately that didn't work, because then they could come in and destroy, they could capture India, and they had crushing odds on Persia. They could just brought everything to that, killed that, so there'll be no counter-attack for the US on India, and they would have won on VCs, because we are one away from losing right now. So that didn't work, unfortunately. So we had to just go with what we could there. UK brought what it could as well to the fight, and they had to fly in planes from India to Moscow to give us about 50% odds, I think it was. So yeah, we expected Persia to, well, I was pretty sure Persia was going to get strafed at least, or killed off, but I guess Kristian decided not to go for it. I think I would have though, because you can go for a one round strafe would have killed so many US troops, and I don't think, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have killed them in one go. You would have just strafed, got a nice tasty profit, then moved back, and still had enough, more than enough to hold for against the Russians. Because I've got very little attack power, to be fair, so that could have been a thing. But it makes me think though, I suppose now he may be going for Moscow, because he kind of needs to do it quickly, in a sense. If he doesn't go now, then it's going to be another few rounds, I think, before he's ready to go again with the US reinforcements here. So we'll see what he does. But yeah, lots of question marks right now. But yeah, anyway, so 22 destroyed, destroyer, submarine. Okay, interesting fight. Fair enough. Liberated Brazil, Central America, Caucasus. Okay, cool. Yeah, so fingers crossed we can get that get these troops into Moscow. If you've missed it once, he might. Well, he chose not to do it once. So if he doesn't do that again, we might be alive for a round or two longer. But who knows? I'm not calculating the odds on Moscow just yet. I've not done it yet, so I guess looking at the numbers here, I think it's fairly clear that I think I think Kristian's got odds on Moscow this round. So yeah, I think he's probably going to go for it, but we'll see. Anyway, on to me. So again, my job very simple. We can build 3 guys. I can't trade anything, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to sit tight. Full turtle mode, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Do what we can. Actually afford 4 guys next round. Nice. Sweet. Okay, well, that's the final defense. Actually, screw it. I'm going to just check on that, actually. I'm going to check what we can afford. Or what are Japan's odds here. So he's got 54 infantry, he's got 16 artillery, tanks he's got 12, actually he's got 55 infantry. Fighters he's got 10, I believe, 10, yeah. Bombers he's got 2. Against our guys, 1. Our bombers going after the A gun for ultimate defense, 17, 19 fighters. Anything that can reach in time? No. No, the UK's sent all it can in this game. And we have 44, essentially infantry. 4 tanks. Yep. So he's got about 98% to conquer. So I think, yeah, the fleet's not the plan here. I think he's just going to go for Moscow, which I would too. That's pretty overwhelming odds. Okay, so just got a heads up from Neil. Just after I finished recording my go, he's going to go for the fleet in season 3, which I thought he might go for. I'm glad I called that. That's quite cool. I'm not sure if he planned to do like a 1-2 with Japan. I assume it is going to be a 1-2. But I guess he doesn't need to if he gets like an insanely strong fight here. Oh, has he got a carrier? Oh, he's brought a carrier. Oh, shit. So it's currently, we said 10 defenders, didn't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Yeah, it's 10 versus 9. Okay. So it may be, he may even go all in, to be fair. He might do that. So I assume they've worked out that if Kristian, because Kristian might not even need his fighters for Moscow. Possibly. Maybe even just, maybe one or something. Okay, let's see the rolls. How are we looking? Go on, boys, big hits. Okay. Okay, not great hits from the Luftwaffe. Bit of delay here, I'm not sure what this is. It might just be the lag or something, I'm not sure. Okay, 6 is back. Not bad. Well, the problem we've got, I suppose, is the fact that the carriers have been taken out. So actually, when this fight's over, assuming we don't lose any cruisers, we're only going to have cruisers left in the sea. So the fighters will have to land. So the Japanese can have an absolute field day with what's left. He may pull out here. Actually, I'd pull out. You've got 2 fighters left to drop back into. Oh, he's going for it. Okay, fair enough. Okay, good rolls. Okay, everything's dead, but we've only got 2 cruisers left in Season 3, so that's pretty disastrous. Respect the commitment, though. Went for it. So yeah, Kristian's got a very easy time now with mopping up, so he only needs to kill 2 cruisers, which he can do with like, it seems like 4 planes maybe, just to secure it. 4 planes and everything else can go to Moscow, so he can do both. So yeah, nice move there. Fair play. Well, that ends that well and truly ends the game for us. Because losing our safe sea zone, yeah, it does kill it off. Even if we were to get some kind of miracle in Moscow. Okay, nice play from the Axis there. I'll let him finish up and we'll jump back on later for Kristian. Okay, welcome back to round 17. This is quite an appropriate end, isn't it? I think it's going to be the last round, and of Community Games 17, we end on round 17. I really hope they do end it this round, because that'd be quite a nice way to do it. I think it should end this round. I'd be very surprised and kind of wondering why it's not going to end this round, frankly, if they don't attack Russia this round. If they don't attack, I'll be wondering if they're trying to delay this for some reason. But yeah, I think they're going to have to go for it this round, I think. The odds are overwhelming, to say the least. 97% chance to conquer Moscow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, maybe not quite that high, actually. There's a few more planes that can fly in there. So about 90%. I mean, that's still, you've got to go for it, surely. I mean, why wait? There's no point to wait. Yeah. Anyway, let's jump back to round 16. Have a quick look at what was the crack. So Neil, carrier. I'm glad I predicted this, actually. I thought they might go for the fleet in 3. They ended up going for it. So yeah, he did pretty well. It cost him his air force, but obviously that means there's no slither of hope left for the Allies at this point. They've lost the entire, pretty much their entire base of operations in 3, and yeah, we can't reinforce for a while now. It's going to be a while, because obviously the Japanese have got a massive air force nearby. So yeah, and he bought a sub as well to help out. So yeah, it's going to be very tricky to get anything going. But anyways, it's already over if the game's done, so that's fine. But yeah, what did he do? He lost 9. Yeah, very costly, but it's worth it for the Axis at this point to do that. I think he probably would have liked a few left over maybe, but yeah, it's fine. Anyway, on to Tmoney. 1 carrier, 1 fighter. Sort of rebuilding the fleet. Combat took Bourbon this round. Really. Success. Nice. It's been a bad game for the Allies with Burma. It's been giving us difficulty, but nice to take it this round. Yeah, not much to really say. I mean, it's yeah, there's no play here that gets us back in the game. I was hoping we were going to go for some kind of like suicidal play on Berlin, like, you know, all the transports would have been 3, but obviously that's changed now. But we could have maybe gone for some kind of some stupid assault on Berlin to see if we can get extremely lucky and manage to cap it and then possibly swing it around. But that's just such a long shot. It's just not even worth it. I think we're going to have to think about. I mean, this is dead. It's just there's no way we get through Karelia here. So yeah, I think we probably just speed through this round. To be fair, it's not much really from a tactical point of view. we can really do at this point. So anyway, Kristian, 10 infantry, 1 fighter, 1 bomber, 2 artilleries. Finished off the fleet in season 3, and took out the big stack of US troops in the Caucasus. For a great profit. He only lost 12 infantry. He killed 37 units, which is pretty good. So yeah, that was the last hope of Moscow to stay alive. That big stack. So that's all dead. So there's nothing in the way now of Moscow falling. And onto ABLV. 1 fighter, 4 destroyers. Yeah, I guess just trying to rebuild the fleet. It doesn't really matter at this point. A few battles here and there. Nothing of importance from season 5. Okay, he killed a carrier. Lost 2 fighters for it. Where'd those fighters come from? Yeah, I don't agree with that. That's again, not that it matters any. These kind of attacks, it doesn't. It's not a change the overall result, but that's not a thing you should be doing with fighters from Russia, because every single unit is completely essential to the defense of Moscow. So pulling 2 away to defend that is not good. That's a mistake. But anyway, as I said, it doesn't matter. On to Moscow, Russia. 4 infantry. Again, I can't do any attacks. I could probably, if I was playing ranked, well, I would have resigned by now if I was playing ranked, but I would probably try and strafe this, but yeah, let's just leave it. I want to get a nice big fight for Moscow. There's a 10% chance we hold on. Obviously, if we do hold on, the Germans can finish it off. I know with tanks probably, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, yeah, so I'm expecting this. I'm really hoping this is the last round, just purely because of the coincidence it's ending on round 17. If you can get 17, that's quite funny. But yeah, I don't see any reason why Kristian wouldn't take the fight here. So I'm expecting a big battle, and hopefully I can catch it when he does it, so we can see how well our troops hold up. Anyway, there you go. That's my round 17. See you back for summary. Okay, so annoyingly, I'm recording the game summary a few weeks after the actual game is finished. Looking back at my game history, this game is no longer there, which is kind of annoying. I don't know why it shouldn't be there. It's kind of frustrating, honestly. I don't see why every game for the entire season shouldn't still be on your profile for that season. But anyway, yeah, the game's gone, so I can't actually look at the final board, which is really, really annoying. So thanks Beamdog. Appreciate that. Anyway, I guess there's not much to say really about the game. I mean, we knew the game was over for quite a long time before the actual final round, which I am happy was round 17. That is pretty cool. So good job to the obviously Neil and Kristian were very well coordinated there, making sure the game finished on the correct round. That's good. But yeah, so obviously Kristian took Moscow as you'd expect, and that was that. But yeah, we'll play to everyone. ABLV, Tmoney, Kristian and Neil, particularly Kristian and Neil. Obviously, they played a really good game. I actually found out after this that Neil is actually a very, very top player. He finished 6th as Axis in Season 8, so he's very, very good as Axis, which I think is probably clearly demonstrated in this game. The stack pivoting from Germany, just the positional play was all on point. And Kristian played a great game too. I think in the early game I would have slightly done things differently, with the expansion coming later than normal. I think that was kind of like the trade-off. I think he had more pressure on Moscow in the early game, I believe, as the trade-off to expansion. So he was, more tanks on the board than normal, I think, for Japan, at least in the early game. But no, they both played incredibly well. So yeah, there's no, they won the game, which is the main thing. So yeah, no, well played to them all. That was good. Playing as Russia, I've said this before, but it's good from a recording point of view for a com game, because I can look at the entire round, and get the proper stats for it and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's definitely not quite as fun, particularly towards the end when you completely settled in Moscow. There's not really a lot to do, so I don't mind playing as Russia, but in a con game, it's not quite my favourite, because you want a bit more to do and there's a bit more action you can plan out. But totally fine. Not much to say really. I think we just got outplayed, frankly. Just a stronger team. So yeah, congrats to Neil and Kristian. And it's funny, before I sign off, I actually got paired in the current Duos tournament, Duo Cup 2, against Neil and Kristian. So we've actually currently got a rematch ongoing. I won't spoil how it's going, because there'll be a separate video on that. But keep an eye out for that one if you want to watch how the quote-unquote rematch went between myself and Neil and Kristian. But anyway, thanks to all the players taking part. Hope you enjoyed the match. And see you in community game number 18.